has perfect cleavage in 2 directions. To see more of this incredible gemstone, stay tuned to us. There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and Freesat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
You can watch us every day 8 AM till 10 PM on Sky, Virgin and Freesat, and every day from 8 AM till 1 PM on Freeview.
Book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate covering a variety of mediums. Once you have found a workshop you'd like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button. Fill in the required fields and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator Wendy at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
Welcome to, that was a bit. Hiya! It was because I was saying bye to Lucy, so it's in the same voice. Mickey Mouse voice, that is, Sarah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Oh, bye! Hello! Welcome to Jewellery Maker. My name is Ray Carpenter. With you for the late show with myself and producer Dan. And of course, Ben and Kerry joining us on team. And she needs no introduction. It is the lady with the flower in her hair. It's Sarah. She joins me tonight. How are you, my darling?
I'm very well, thank you.
You had a bit of a palaver drive-in, didn't you, love?
A palaver. I think I've been around the world to get here tonight. It was every little thing you could imagine. Roadworks, temporary traffic lights, broken down lorries, torrential rain.
It's the weather. Yeah. That's the problem with it. It is. It's the spray. That's what it is. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you.
You've made us some absolutely beautiful pieces of jewellery.
Yes. I love the kit.
I was going to say, this is kind of your forte with regard to headwear and all things to do with, the accessories in one.
So.
Yeah, definitely. Because honestly, when I'm on holiday, and this is since the day I met you, since day dot years ago, in this building and then in the other building and now again. And whenever I'm on holiday and I see someone with a flower in their hair, I instantly think of Sarah.
Yeah, it's
your thing.
It is, but it started to keep the hair out of my eyes. So it started as a very practical reason, but actually now I feel if I come on and do demonstrations, I feel a little bit without it. I
naked.
Feel
all kinds of naked. Oh no,
that's not good.
No, we don't do that. No. It's one of those moments, otherwise, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So Sarah's with me. She's worked on 2 fantastic kits. Now tonight's kits. In our second hour, we're looking at beautiful hair combs in a rose gold colour, so not just bang on trend, but beautifully designed as well. So that's coming up for us in the second hour. In our last hour, we're actually closing the doors at 10 o'clock tonight. Closing the doors at 10 o'clock for you. So, as you know, we used to go until 11. We're now stopping at 10. Seems to be, it's when you all want to go to bed. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite late.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. To be fair, 10 o'clock, I'm sort of looking at my watch, I'm like, ooh, Mr. Sandman. One of their moments, definitely. So we're closing the doors at 10. But that does not mean that we're cutting the kits short at all. And our second kit tonight... Just a little soup, some good things to come a little later on. Oh, yes, yes, yes. But, as you know, we love to kick off the Late Show, myself and Dan and the team, with 5 beautiful items under £5. And that's how we are going to kick off. But before we do that for you, I just want to just sort of give you a few highlights of some really amazing pieces that are coming up tonight for you. So, tonight's must-have. I am being spoiled, a little bit self-indulgent with this one, maybe a little bit perhaps. This is your aquamarine and your morganite, beautiful strand. It's tonight's must-have. It's in 2.5 hours' time. You're looking at Hap Estate tonight, and it is absolutely a must-have. From the blue, look at the pinks and the contrast of those beautiful blues coming through. It is an outstanding strand and under £10. I'm sorry, I don't know how that. It's like whoop bounce. So that's coming up for you at Hap Estate, but that is your morganite and your aquamarine. So looking forward to bringing you that. We have got for you some amazing kyanite coming up tonight. There's labradorite already set in silver. We've got some fantastic crimp covers, solid sterling silver crimp covers coming your way in this hour, by the way, and some amazing, amazing deals still to come. But should we kick it off? 5 under 5, fancy it? Okay. Five under 5 and Miss It, Miss Out, all rolled into one, Dan. He tells me now. We've only been sat in there for 2 hours and he decides to tell me that it's Miss It, Miss Out as well. Do you know what I mean? Just can't get the stuff done. Which box am I diving into first, my lovely? Because you were the best man for the job, buddy. That's why. Experience, talent, skill and knowledge. That's why you're sat in that chair, my lovely. And not too bad on the eye either. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't know where to put himself now. He does. And a haircut, Dan. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's bring you some fantastic pinks. They are all coming away. These are the iridescent of the beautiful pink shell. Lovely summer gemstone. You've got that really bright, beautiful bubblegum pink. You've then got the baby pinks and the iridescence. You've got such a gorgeous, it is that holiday strand. You see that quality, you see that sheen, you see the gleam, and it is all there for you at £3.95. And just to let you know, that price is about to change. Big and good. Yeah, it is very, very last of stock though, so make sure that you're on the phone lines. £2.95 for you to get that incredible, incredible bubblegum pink. Now, I will just give this a little bit of a measure for you. This is 40 centimetres in length, and you are looking at that beautiful, and again, remember this is the inside of the mollusk, remember, when we've already extracted that beautiful pearl out of it. So it's the inside of that you are getting here, that beautiful mother of pearl sheen. They are at £2.95. They are the very, 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 very last of stock. Please do make sure that you are checking out on that one and confirming as soon as you can, because we've only got 12 down to 11. You can see that quantity just go bum, 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 bum in this opportunity. Please do get involved as quickly as you can on the phone lines. Whenever we do a last of stock for you, whenever we do a miss out opportunity, I know how quickly you get involved and how quickly you then check out. But they are the very, very, very last. There's 4 left there for you, and all of those have been put into baskets, so good luck to you. Okay, moving on to... Now, this is howlite. This is a gemstone that normally occurs in sort of whites, like a white background with a lovely sort of grey lightning strike across it. But it's really porous and you can dye it at all sorts of colours. In some cases, some people dye it a turquoise colour and will tell you that it's turquoise. Not here. No, 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 no. This is howlite, and we have dyed this a beautiful puce colour. Look at those magentas. Look at that undertone of gorgeous fuchsia and magenta coming through that piece. And big pieces of howlite. Now, they're 10 by 8mm drums that you're getting there. 224 carats. The strand length, I shall measure for you forthwith. We are looking for 40 centimetres in length for the strand. And again, think about that gorgeous, bright, beautiful amethyst colour mixing with the colour of kunzite, like the brightest kunzite you can get. Think about those two colours coming together, and back of the net, you got it right in this one. Now, of course, you are looking at an under £5. So we're starting with 5 opportunities. First 5 opportunities in this hour are under £5, and they are miss it, miss out. So again, that quantity is very, very, very small. 0800 644 655, the number that you need to be dialing and checking out on. And of course, you can join us online, you can join us via the app. Get involved tonight. We'd love to hear from you tonight. Love, love, love to. I hope you're nice and dry and warm. Apparently, a friend of mine texted me saying it was 27 degrees in Essex and sunny. I was thinking the same thing. Do we think that maybe that was a little bit of a little fib, little porcupine? I think most of us have seen horrendous rain today, haven't we?
That's it. It's absolutely chucked it down in Twickenham, so Essex is not too far around.
Okay, I think somebody must have been pulling my leg there. Number 10. Oh, these are great. Oh, look at these. Oh my God. Now we are talking wonderful look at this for metallics. Now this is hematite with a silver coating. My goodness. Now that is mirror-like, isn't it?
It is. It's a lovely reflection.
Really lovely.
And I love things like it, because sometimes you have an outfit that maybe has got a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of sequins, a little bit of glitter. You need something that can stand up against it, but not be too much.
Not overpowering, complementary.
So having a smooth finish rather than a faceted finish, and just having that almost drop-like quality, so it almost looks like liquid metal. Oh.
Gorgeous. It is beautiful. And it feels amazing. It feels really lovely and weighty. You know, when you feel a gemstone, you can feel its carat weight. Hematite is a lovely, weighty stone. It really, really is. When you're playing with hematite, with regard to its colour, you can dye it in many, many multiple different ways. This is coated, and so what you're getting is a really strong, reflective, metallic coating. Now, it is almost, I've got to say, I'm so sorry, $3.95 on the screen for your price, but I'm just going to give that a little. Does it say strand length? 38 centimetres. It does indeed. 38 centimetres for you. And again, think about that mixed with maybe some black spinel. That really bright metallic, that contrast is going to be amazing, isn't it? They feel really cool to the touch as well, because they've taken on the temperature of the air conditioning in the room here. But I can feel that they are kind of, just quickly kind of sort of warming up to my skin tone. Very, very last of stock. I'm flying out. Absolutely flying out. Multi-buying going on for this opportunity as well. I am not surprised. That is a multi-buying situation that is taking place right there. Hello to Denise. Hello to collectors in Neath. Hello to Jenny. Hello to Rachel. Hello Georgina and Jackie. Kimberly. Collectors in Greater Manchester. Nice to see you. Now, we do have a few of those left. A couple of you are multi-buying, which is great to see. But literally, if you've got that in your basket, you need to make sure you're checking out. This is very much a miss out opportunity. So huge good luck. Good luck. Number 11, an enhanced natural iolite. Okay, these are tumbled. They are really quite, well, from an origin that is so unusual, it's got to be said. An unusual, you normally associate iolite with Brazil and with India. This is German iolite. Now, you might be sitting there going, really? What else comes from Germany? Not a heck of a lot, because, of course, there's not a huge area of Germany that is, if you think about Africa and Brazil and India and the mountainous regions there, because of that tectonic plate movement, that's why you get so many gemstones. That area of the world is so rich. So Germany, not so much. But this is, and again, this is the thing, you see. You're getting that unusual violet colour. You can see the silks, you can see the jardins, you can see those little inclusions, but what you're seeing is an unusual origin for $3.95. Have you ever worked with Iolite from Germany?
I haven't.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
No, it is, but I suppose it's almost like we get Blue John in this country,
absolutely.
but our gemstones are very rare and few and far between.
And it's purely because of how the continent split millions of years ago, and because of that, just our plains, they just don't have that many gemstones at all. Nice to see it though, and nice to see that unusual consistency of colour throughout that. You'll see the really, really quite heavily play acrylic, some beiges coming through there, proving to you that this is absolutely 100% natural, but also seeing those gorgeous violets. I've got Georgina, Collectors in Cumbria, Sandra, Denise, Jacqueline, Linda, Collectors in Hertfordshire, Kent. Couple of you not checked out as yet, huge good luck. And that was box number 11. We do have another one, don't we? We do indeed. I was thinking to myself, now that's only 4 under 5s. Let us continue. So, we continue with your beautiful Sodalites. Now, Sodalite, of course, you will, I always, Sodalite, not Soldalite. I don't know why I keep putting an extra L in there, because it doesn't need to be one. This is Sodalite. This is a gemstone that is caused through massively, rapidly cooling molten lava from ancient volcanic activity. It is really, really pretty. Look at those colours are gorgeous. Love those whites. Now, normally it's like a mottled, almost like snowdrop colour of the white in the blue. But that's quite striking, isn't it? Some of the patterns that we're seeing in that Sodalite strand. Every piece individual, every piece unique, beautiful bright blues, cloudy skies and snowy moments running through that. $3.95. Very last of stock, 14 by 10 to 9 by 8 millimetres in size, 150 carats. And the strand length, I shall tell you now, is 40. 10 left, that's it. You can see how quickly they're flying out. It is miss it, miss out. You are getting genuine natural gemstones here. Do make sure that you are checking out Nice from Canada as well. And again, some lovely sort of little anomaly locations popping up tonight already in our first 5. Lovely to see. Hi, Linda. Hi, Celine. Nice to see. Hello to Helen and Christine and Mari. Well done indeed to you. Hello to Linda in County Durham. Hello to Sandra in Hertfordshire. Helen in East Dunbartonshire. Well done. Do make sure you're checking out because we only have 10. Bidders in California, multi-buy. Gorgeous, well done, well done. Okay, we will be doing our first star buy in 1 opportunity's time. Now, I think that we were together when we did the amethyst and it sold out in a heartbeat.
I think it was, yes, because amethyst is one of my favourite gemstones, if not my favourite. But this is beautiful.
I tell you what, I think the bezel setting in the silver for the price, if it's anything like the amethyst, my gosh, you need to be involved. This is labradorite, already bezel set in the solid stunning silver, taking the task out of the work, letting you crack on with that joy of creating. That is coming your way in 1 opportunity's time. Looking forward to that. So, to take us there, Dan, yeah, we can indeed. Now, these are, oops, hang on a minute. What was that bit? Oh, it's just the plastic bag. That's okay. Right, so these are, gosh, they're huge as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Oh my gosh, these are fantastic examples. Okay, so we've got some really beautiful boulder opal. I'm just going to tilt this down and I will show you the pieces individually, but just get an idea of how big these are. Look at the colours. Oh my goodness. It is so rare that we get a chance to see full-on Lightning Ridge opal coming out of the host rock. Now I am going to tilt that up for you and give you a look just to kind of see that opal still attached to the actual host rock itself. Now all 3 pieces have that. Now I don't know if you've ever seen how difficult it is to physically extract that Lightning Ridge opal out of the host rock. What I can tell you is that it's a little bit like, well, it's not as difficult as ammolite, but it is very difficult to extract it without keeping it in the host rock. You need to be able to have that base, because what you've got is colourful, amazing, fragile moments of organic gemstone, but embedded into the actual host rock itself. And when you see this, you can see what I mean, but how lovely is it to physically have it almost in its natural state? How are you going to work with this? There's no drill hole. So how are you working with it? Instantly, you're kind of thinking about your wire wrapping, obviously. What other ways could we work with this, Sarah, my lovely?
So we could be using our backing foundation,
Yeah.
and we can then sew our gemstones
Yeah.
around it, or our seed beads. We can
Yeah.
be using this with our shibori silks.
Ooh, some of those colours in the shibori would work,
And I
wouldn't
can
it?
see it almost like the greens and the sort of oceanic colours.
Yes.
Really working with this.
Yeah, great.
And
Really
almost
lovely.
sort of nestling in a wave of sea foam.
She got away with words. That price is going to drop for you, by the way. You are guaranteed 100 carats. Now, it might be that you get 2, you might be get 3, might be get 4, but what you are guaranteed is 100 carats of it. $49.95. And again, what we've got to remember is Lightning Ridge. Go and do your research, see what you'd be paying, see how they extract it. To get that, for one of these is incredible. For 3 of them, it is outstanding. Should be paying 60, we're under 50 for you. 0800 644 655. And such a special stone, I think, to work with. Knowing that every time you work with it, it doesn't matter if you bought 30 of these, you'd never ever see the same one twice. I love that.
I know, that's the great thing about working with real gemstones. And it, for me, I love that individuality. Yes, it's lovely to get strands where we've got those uniformity of gemstones, but for me, when you get a wow factor, individual standout piece like this, it sets your creativity in a different direction completely. And you may look at these, you may get them home and have an idea for one straight away if you get 2 or 3. And then another one, you might be sitting there looking and thinking, actually, I want to give this, the best setting.
Yeah.
And
When
it might
the
take you a
inspiration
while
hits you.
to find that for it,
Yeah.
but it will come, and they are just amazing. And to get that size and that much opal,
Sometimes you'll get a little sliver of it,
Yeah.
so it's so lovely to see. I mean, I would say, and I do, because we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. If your budget allows you to get 2 sets, get them home and then see which of those sets brings you the best beautiful amount of opal in it, and you can always return the other one to us. With your 30-day money-back guarantee, that is something that you can definitely do, and I think then you get the best opportunity to view which of those opals you want to work with. Listen, I'll tell you what's next. It's the labradorite already set in your solid sterling silver chain. It's all done for you. It's ready to go. It takes that task, that time-consuming task out of putting the beautiful labradorite in the silver work so that your creativity can just go wild. And I tell you what, the price is nuts. Okay, this is just such a great chance to. Do you know what? We had this in amethyst the other day, and it literally was on, and it was gone in a heartbeat. And I'm not surprised. And Sarah was saying, quite rightly so. The beauty of your gemstones is that, you get to work with them like this. You buy the strand, don't you? And then you have to make sure that you've got the same sort of similar sizes from the strand. You're setting them all out, and then your bezel setting that, so that's time consuming, and to perfect that bezel setting is very difficult, isn't it?
it is, and you need a lot of, you may need to invest in a lot of tools.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of investment there. And you may just find it's a little bit of a fine skill that you maybe maybe you don't have the time or the dexterity for.
Yeah.
And for me, as a jewellery maker who makes a lot of pieces of jewellery, I prefer to spend the time in the creative side of it than in actually making the components.
Well, I mean, I think if you were putting price on your time, which of course you do as a jewellery maker, but you're putting price on your time, but the level of skill that would be needed to do this to the level that it's done. And believe me, I've met the guys over in India who actually put all of this together, and over in Jaipur, and they are they are a force to be reckoned with. Everything is incredibly traditional, very, 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 very much. But that's the way that they want to do it. It's that historic generation from generation, the skill that's passed down. It's not mass machinery that puts all of this together. So you're taking their skill, learned from generation by generation by generation, and it's just coming to life in this piece, taking all of that task out of it for you, so that then you can sit and go, okay, so I have this, this and this is how it's all going to work together, and your creativity can be spent on creating that individual remarkable piece of jewellery.
That's it, and you're always going to have that quality of finish. You're guaranteed it on every single link on that chain. It's going to be there for you. And for me, when I get a chain like this, you can split it up, you can use it as individual components, you can keep it together. And it's such a joy to work with. It's
a 50 centimetre strand, so it's a half a metre strand that you're getting. Now I will just show you the actual ends of it, because obviously, as Sarah's quite rightly saying, you can take these off. You could make a full-on bracelet, earrings, you know, and use a part of this as a beautiful kind of a sort of centerpiece almost in one of our connector necklaces, definitely. But you can see it has been finished intentionally so that you can kind of put your own stamp on that, whether you're putting a connector there, whether you're putting a larger labradorite just maybe at the bottom. I just think at the price it's already at is amazing. Under £30 is great, isn't it?
That is amazing. You know, and I'm looking at this and thinking, you know, you may have somebody in your life that doesn't really wear a lot of jewellery, but maybe has a very expensive pair of glasses. And I'm just thinking, what a beautiful glasses chain.
That's a great idea.
Straight away. And I'm forever losing my glasses. In fact, I've had 2 pairs of glasses on my head before now, because they always go up there and go, where are my glasses? I had 2 on top of my head. So for me, that's an absolute, it is going to work for me.
That's a really nice idea, actually. Really nice idea, definitely. Look, we haven't got a huge amount. It was a previous deal of the day. And I can tell you, all we have left is what is going to be on your screen in a second. Because now we're under £20 for all the silver and all the labradorite. And we've only got 16 left. 16's not enough to go round, is it?
No.
And do you know what, I'm going to just showing you from a distance just how that would look sort of on. It just is, it's ready to go, isn't it?
It is.
That simplicity, if that's all you wanted to do, it's there.
And for me, that's a great sort of really a piece of jewellery that's going to work hard for you. So if this is the only thing you wanted to put in your suitcase to take on holiday, whether you're wearing it in sunlight and you're going to get all of that light play, or whether you're wearing it in lower light and you're going to get all that sort of surface luster from it, it's going to work really hard for you.
It's going to be a beauty, it really is. And I think for if your customers, again, if you do want to get that certificate of authenticity for 25p, it just means that you are assuring your customers that you're using the real thing. You are using your real solid sterling silver. Look at that beautiful labradorescence that's coming through. And if you're seeing that down the camera lens, in the studio it's even stronger. It's a proper azure blue. Multi-buying going on, which is lovely. Really, really lovely to see. Hello, Catherine and Carmel and Karen and Pauline. Welcome. They are the last 16. Now, don't be put off by that quantity. Don't be thinking, well, I've missed out. You're on the phone lines. You've pushed your button once. You're talking to the call centre. Just say to them, I need the labradorite chain. I need it in my stash. And absolutely, we will send that to you. Hello, Emma. Hello, Ivy. Nice to have your company as well. Hold those lines. Well done. Well done. Okay. So that was, again, one of those chances. Doesn't come around that often. I don't think we've got anything like that tonight again. Have we now, Dan? That is it, isn't it? From Alison, who says, hi, Ray, Sarah and the team. We've had lovely sunshine and a wee bit of warmth up here in North... Right, do you know what then, Scotland? Absolutely, and you deserve it. Because you don't get it that often. It's a little bit like North Wales. Whenever I go up to North Wales, I don't know, I can't remember the last time I was there when it was sunny. I know, but do you know what? I'm glad that you've got a little bit of sun, because it's about time. This is from Simon, who says, Noswaith dda, Ray, lovely to see you again. And yeah, thanks, it's lovely to have you here, isn't it? Thanks, Simon. It's Noswaith dda, which means good evening. There we go, Noswaith dda, thanks. Yes, let's. Now, a little bit lucky tonight, because I do have some gorgeous amber for you. Just one piece in each of our 4 hours. I think that when you see our quality, and I really do mean that, I've worked with Marius, of course, Gielo, I've worked with them for such a long time now, and every time I see Amber elsewhere, and this is no word of a lie, you've heard me speaking about this until the cows come home, the clarity in and around any inclusion that you see in our Baltic Amber, the diaphanity of that amber, it just glows. Now this is a great quality spacer. Now it's faceted as well. Oops, sorry. I forgot that these tweezers weren't the one that was stuck together. Straight away, I just want you to see the glow, and I really hope that you're going to see that. So look at how, can you see that really bright orange, just a little minimal glow that's coming through? There is a little minimal amount of bright orange glow. That's here in the studio. I can tell you right now, with my eyes, I know Sarah can see that from the other side of the studio. I know Kerry can see that on camera too. There is such a bright golden honey colour, isn't there?
It is, and you know, for me, that's, if you're to ask me to pick a colour for amber, I know it comes in many different tones.
I know.
But
there's a textbook, isn't there?
This is it.
Yeah.
You're there. And to have that faceting on there as well. Wow.
It's
so
lovely.
unusual.
And I just think when I first asked Marius and his team for faceted amber, and it was about 2 years ago now, and I said, I need some faceted amber, I need it in a charm, and he was sort of saying to me, okay, well, we'll see. Now look at that. That is like pure honeycomb, isn't it? It's like literally going into the bees. If you think about, you know, seeing that, you're watching a David Attenborough sort of nature program about bees, maybe about the fact that, you know, the lovely little the honeybee is becoming more and more endangered. You know, and you'll see that is the colour that you see with that honeycomb dripping, isn't it?
It is.
It's pure luxury. And I think when we see faceted amber, it takes on a whole new journey. Now, I've not seen a really large piece of faceted amber. I would imagine that it's quite difficult to achieve because, of course, it's an organic gemstone and you want to make sure that the light is coming through it. But look at that. That looks good enough to eat. That looks like the middle of a crunchy. We are not staying at the prices on your screen. It is a lovely, lovely look. Now, the diameter that you've got here, I will measure it, but I believe, because I set the dimensions for it 2 years ago, I believe it's 6. So it is 6. So 6 years ago, I was, not 6 years ago, 2 years ago, I was commissioning amber charms, and of course Marius, the suppliers here as well at Jewelry Maker, and so I set the barrel diameter at 6 millimeters. Now the reason I did that is because the charm bracelet that I was working with at the time was a 4.5 millimeter bore with an end on it that took it to 5. So we needed to make sure that we had that bigger diameter. But it also means how many of your necklaces and your bracelets and how much of your beautiful jewellery making is this going to fit with that 6 millimeter gorgeous round. Now it's going even lower for you. Do make sure that you're checking that out. It would work beautifully. We've got, if you think about all the kits that we've worked with, we've got a hair comb kit coming up for you in rose gold, sort of colour a little later on. But this colour just works so beautifully with it, doesn't it?
It does. It really, I mean, if you were to use your rose gold coloured chains with it, or even if you want to do a beautiful piece of wire work, maybe you want to do a braided neckline piece out of your higher gauges with wire, because you've got that drill hole, that diameter through there, it really lends itself to lots of different mediums. So whether you want to do a fine kumihimo braid, whether you want to do some macrame, whether you want to just use a leather cord and keep it really simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe for a gent even. Then a leather cord.
Do you know what? I would absolutely agree with you on that. And actually, one of the main reasons that I ever commissioned Amber Charms was on a black leather bracelet, was because so many of our gents were saying, you know what, I need some amber in my life, I want some amber, and making it kind of with that unisex feel to it just so worked. Yeah, so sweet. There's a very, very last of stock on this one. We're at $17.95. That is the best price that you've ever seen for this particular spacer. I would say multi-buy, get 2 of them. Get some symmetry in your work if you wanted, you know, that sort of lovely sort of balance in a piece. Make sure that you're checking out. Well done, well done. That was number 1. Already? Oh my goodness gracious me. We are doing 3-star buys for you this hour, and the next one, well, some gorgeous green kyanite. They have the most amazing colour. They really, really do. In the studio lights, I'm going to be 100% honest with you on this. These look like freshwater lagoon tealy greens. There is definitely a blue secondary tone to these kyanites. But then, when you see them in daylight, I promise you, the greens are going to be outstanding. Can you see what I mean? They are definitely in the studio a tealy green. Faceting work is gorgeous. The luster's so strong, don't you think? Really lovely. 100% natural. Absolutely 100% natural. It's taken from, and this is really important, it's mined for, there's a small mountain region about 80 kilometres inland from the Bay of Bengal, and it's taken from there. Now, it's actually the village that mine for, the villagers that actually mine for it. It's not a sort of mass machinery sort of a corporation that is coming in and mining for it. And the actual wealth then is then put back into the community, back to the villagers, and so that they mine it and then they take from that, and that's absolutely how it should be. When you see this gemstone, it's easy to, we forget that actually kyanite can occur from Africa in bright, bright oranges. It can occur in pinks. It can occur in mint greens, celestial blues, and now we get to enjoy it in this tealy colour. Now, there's great clarity in this strand, it's got to be said without a shadow of a doubt. And that's really difficult for this gemstone, because it's a gemstone that will have banding, colour zoning, lots of inclusions of jardins within it, but this has got a really great clarity strand. I'm going to just bring it over the back of the hand for you so you get a little bit of tone behind that, so you can kind of see those colours properly. But it's a proper tealy green, isn't it?
It is, and it's mesmerising, that colour. It's a really beautiful tone. It is,
yeah, it is.
And for me, to have that in the studio, looking at that colour, and then when you get it in the day, like going to have a little bit more of those greens coming through. It's almost like you're getting 2 strands for the price of one.
Now that isn't, it's almost like colour change, because it's not in the studio lights. What we're seeing now, which basically simulates daylight, that's a very bright, almost sort of best jade-like colour green, and yet in the studio there is a blue undertone running through that, so it's very much a bluish green. And what you've got to remember is that the GIA, when they use their descriptive, the sort of the colour, the way that they describe the colour of a gemstone, I always remember somebody writing into me saying, I've had my tanzanite valued, and it was a tanzanite ring, I've had my tanzanite valued, I'm a little bit concerned because it's come back as saying it's a purplish blue. But I don't understand, because I'm seeing a lot of blue and yet they're saying it's purplish. What's really important to remember, and as I wrote back to them, is that the last colour that is mentioned in the description is the lead colour. So when I say this is a bluish green, it is green through and through, but there is a bluish tone to it. So that's really important to understand. So it definitely is green kyanite, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And
beautiful colour.
And you're just going to see this working so beautifully with rose gold if you want to be on that sort of on trend with your metallic tones.
Yep.
But if you want to keep it really classic, maybe just use if you're a yellow gold person, put your yellow gold with it and have that warmth with those.
Well, it's that exotic because it's quite peacocky and it's that peacock colour, isn't it?
It is.
So you've got that lovely peacock colour running through, but what you've also got then with gold is something that comes together with a yellow gold colour. Something that looks quite exotic when it comes together, doesn't it?
Definitely, and almost sort of taking on that Egyptian feel, like you would with a lapis lazuli, where you put that gold with it and you get that real opulence and that real sort of mystical feel to it. But again, if you want to keep it sort of classic, if you or sort of take it on even a little contemporary feel, putting your silver with it and giving it that real bright undertone.
Definitely, I think with the silver colour, I think we're going to be definitely witnessing more of the colour that you just saw in that daylight box.
Yes.
You know, when you see it in the light, I think that with silver or silver coloured findings even, we're going to be seeing that brightness of the green. Listen, we're at $29.95. 15 are left available, 18 centimetre strand, 2x1 and 5x3 on the graduation, and all of them faceted rondelles. Now again, you can see the gentle lustre in the studio. Wait until you get that gentle lustre home. It's a little bit intense when you get it back home, because that is glistening. Final 11. It is 100% natural. There is no dyeing, there's no coating, there's no irradiation, there's no diffusion, nothing at all. Beautiful side drill hole running through the centre as well, and I know that many of you have used our strands that are sort of dealt with in this way. A very, very easy strand to work with, isn't it, as well, Sarah?
Definitely. So if you want to get multiple passes through here, use something like the Fireline or the Wildfire that we've been using with our seed beads, where you get those multiple passes coming through, but you've got that really strong
foundation
beading
for it.
material. Or if you're just going to be using this as a single strand, your beading thread will be perfect for going through there. And just depending on the gemstone, typically we can get 2 pieces of beading thread normally through most gemstones.
Well, these are definitely going to be very, very user-friendly. Listen, they are selling out. Thank you so much to a couple of you that have multi-bought there as well. So well done. Hold those lines. Now, just really, really important, I did mention them. Lots of you messaged Dan saying, did Ray say silver? They are solid sterling silver. They're not silver coated or silver plated. They are your solid sterling silver, and these are your crimp bead covers that you're getting. And they're those lovely round shape. Now, they're not far away, about 10 minutes away. We'd say that these are an essential, wouldn't we, Sarah?
Oh, definitely. I mean, these are the sort of things that if you're using your higher end gemstones and you're using sterling silver crimps, and you want to keep on that sort of one palette, if you like, of using sterling silver in your designs, absolutely essential. For me as well, it's quite often useful to have these to put a little bit of punctuation in, or if you're new to jewellery making and maybe you find maybe you've got some dexterity problems or anything like that. These are easier to manipulate and to mould over a crimp bead than a base metal.
Crimp. Yeah. Oh, good. Great. See, this is why we have our guest designers, because they know their stuff. They know their stuff. I'm just going to collect those for fear of them wandering around. Because they will just roll away. And in fact, underneath the perspex of this desk, there are many trapped little crimp covers and little tiny pearls. So, and some seed beads. And just making sure. No, I can't pick that one up. I just thought, did that roll off this underneath the desk? Okay, so yes. Now, very, very important. Lots of you are saying what time. This is tonight's must-have. So it's at 8:30. Same time with myself and Dan. Every time that we're with you, 8:30 is the must-have. And this is a definite must-have. And it is going under £10. Okay. Bringing you, these, look at the colour on these.
Wow.
I mean, literally, pour me a glass.
Definitely. You've got every sort of juicy berry tone you want to think of in there, haven't you?
Are you a red wine?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what's your favourite red wine, Sarah?
My favourite red wine, it depends what I'm having. So if it's a posh meal and we're maybe having some red meat, a Chateau Neuf de Pape is very nice.
My husband's like, I can hear my husband now going, good on you, Sarah. Because my husband would sell me for a bottle of Chateauneuf de Pape, if I'm being honest with you. He really would.
Lovely wine.
Yeah, he is. He's a big. My husband's birthday is just before Christmas. In fact, so is my son's. I didn't plan that very well, did I? Expensive month, December. So at Christmas, literally, our wine rack is Chateauneuf de Pape, Chateauneuf de Pape, Chateauneuf de... It's a very happy wine rack, I can tell you. And the reason I'm asking Sarah about her favourite wine is because it has just been poured into these gemstones.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, it's like you've got that big, beautiful red wine glass. You've swirled it around the legs of the wine, have coated the wine glass. It's just there, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Oh. Yes, please. It is oh my goodness. It just keeps getting better and better. Look at the lustre. It is so delicious. 100% natural for you. Absolutely. And I would anticipate that this is from Mozambique. It's that good. I would be thinking to myself that this is, I would say, I know it says Africa, but I would say, knowing it as I do, knowing this gemstone as I do, I would be saying Mozambique. And the colour and the clarity and the lustre, it is mouth-watering, isn't it?
It is. And that's, for me, if you say garnet, that is what you want. That is where you want to be, with that colour tone, with that depth, with that beautiful surface sparkle that's coming off there as well.
It's so decadent, isn't it?
It is. And for me, sometimes it's really nice to have something that's not like a sort of lighter tone, a pastel tone, to have something that's got that real depth to it. That's almost
indulgent.
It's almost nighttime.
Yeah,
sort
it is.
of beautiful, sort of indulgent jewellery. And for me, this has got everything that I would want from sort of a dark, like maybe a black spinel or something like that. But it's got that colour tone to it as well. So it's very feminine. It's very.
But we can still see the secondary tone in it, which is gorgeous. It's like this deep, deep red wine mulberry colour, and it's like when you hold that glass up to the light, and that light pours through, and you see that glint of that lighter berry colour. Yes. I'm obsessed with the red wine now. Sorry, I'm on a roll with the red wine, and I'm staying with it. Everybody's mouth is literally watering. But Ben, when did you last have a glass of red wine? At the works Christmas party? Did you overindulge on the red wine there, Ben? Is that why you've not drunk it since? Yeah, that happens. I didn't drink Chardonnay for about 10 years after a little bit of an indulgent moment. It's awful, isn't it?
That's it. Sometimes if you just overindulge, it just puts you off for quite a long time, doesn't it?
I know. I've warned my son. To be fair, my son is just like, no. He'll learn for himself, says Ben. We're at 1995, 13 centimetre strand. I've got 13 left. And it is, honestly, the lustre is so strong. You can see it. It is absolutely out of this world. Such a decadent gemstone to work with. I just think that we take it for granted. Because we've got that amazing relationship with our gemstone buyers, that we are able to get that. It is that real depth of colour with the flash of pink and the mulberry. We're so lucky that it isn't just a dead colour.
That's it. It's got all of those depths. It's got all of those secondary tones coming through. It's got all that light play coming off there. And it's just for me, and I have, unfortunately, elsewhere seen garnets that have basically got that dead tone running through them.
It's got a bit of lustre because it's got some faceting, but it hasn't got that secondary depth.
That's it. And you're sort of looking at it and you're having to lift it to the light to let light through to try and get the colour play. Whereas with this one, it's sitting on the back of your hand
you can see it.
You don't have to do anything.
No, you can see the secondary tones, you can see the body colour. It's amazing. 1995 on your screen. The last 6. You are loving that. And there's a few of you that are multi-buying on that one as well, which is gorgeous to see. 13 centimetre strands. They are graduated faceted draps. I haven't even had a glass of red wine. I meant faceted drops, but you knew that, didn't you? You knew that. 47 carats on your screen. Do make sure you're checking out on that one. It is a beautiful gemstone to work with, really decadent and indulgent, and yet such an amazing price for that strand. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. That was gorgeous. Very good evening too. This is from, hello. Hey, it's sunny here today in Penrhyn Deudraeth. Penrhyn Deudraeth, it means the Deudraeth means two beaches or two bays, two beaches. Traeth is bay. So Deudraeth is basically two beaches, and Penrhyn, pen is the end of somewhere, so it's sort of the point, if you like. And Penrhyn. I'm glad you got a bit of sun. Bach o hael. Bach o hael. That's what we need. That means bach o hael means a little bit of sun. Hael is sun. Bach is little. Bach o hael. Popty ping is microwave. Oh my gosh, here we go. It isn't actually. I'm going to tell you what the actual word for microwave is in Welsh. It's meicrodon. Okay? So meicrodon. It sounds sexy. Popty ping. Popty ping is there. This is from Anne, who says, "Hiya Ray, do you think that 2 birthdays together is expensive?" Yeah, I do. You think that 3, oh yes I do. I have 3 sons, April, May and July. That's a diamond, an emerald and a ruby. Yeah, Anne. Yeah, that is a bit, isn't it? Don't you have to just do that on milestone birthdays, though? You don't have to do that every year, though. It's just on a do you not think? On a benchmark birthday?
I think so. Just big birthdays, really big birthdays.
On the ones with, well, maybe an 18, the 21st, and then all the ones with the O's.
Yeah, definitely. If you're lucky.
Okay. Yeah. I'd just say it's a one-off, and that's your lot.
I would
pick a
personally.
birthday.
Yeah, that's it. You get only once.
Pick a birthday. Yeah, Anne. Yeah. Sweetheart, which one did you say next, my lovely? Yes, of course. Oh yes, one more. So we'll do this one for you, and then we're going to do our crimp bead covers for you. So this is a lovely length strand. Really quite a gorgeous length strand. Look at all this sparkle. Let me ask you what your favourite gemstone is. You did say amethyst.
Amethyst.
Is that a firm number one?
For me, yes, because it was the first gemstone I ever saved up to buy for myself.
Okay. Yeah.
And also it's my favourite colour. But I couldn't at that time. Tanzanite wasn't around.
No.
And also, at that time I didn't even know about half the gemstones on the planet.
I couldn't agree with you more. No, absolutely.
So for me, it was one that I fell in love with because it was the one that I saved up my part-time job, as it was at the time, while I was still at school, to buy this beautiful amethyst ring, which I still have.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, that for me was what I fell in love with. But I do have soft spots for opals and sapphires.
I see. For me it was pearl when I was 7. But you see, the first gemstone I ever bought myself was an aquamarine, which is why the must-have tonight is just, for me, it's just a wow factor. But what I will say to you is that when I ask many of our customers and those that have bought jewellery from me for the last 10 years, this gemstone never fails to be within their top 10. Never. And I just think we're so lucky. I think we get so blasé about this gemstone because we've been so lucky to be able to get so much out of the ground. And I've got 8 strands left. Why am I talking? Go. Go. The lavenders, the lilacs, the beautiful forget-me-not colours, the bluebell colours. It's one of the longest strands of tanzanite I think that I've seen since I've been back here since September. 36 centimetre strand that you're getting, 2x1 and 4x2, of course, millimetres for your beautiful graduated strand. 55 carats at under 30. So I think it's amazing.
It is. I'm very fortunate that I've been able to work with tanzanite so much. I own quite a lot of tanzanite myself. And for me, it is one of those ones that you're just absolutely drawn into that colour tone and the play of colour that comes through the gemstone and the fact that you've got those different tones that come out at the different angles and the way the light plays with it. For me, I love that when that happens with a gemstone, that you almost get an extra sort of colour play.
Absolutely. I'm very, very lucky because I have a 3-carat pear cut tanzanite in 18-carat gold solitaire, and when I wear it, although it's not a colour change gemstone, it has the same crystal structure as your alexandrite, as your czarite, and so when I'm driving and it's clean and there's no body lotion on the coulee or the pavilion or it, which sometimes happens. But when you're wearing it and you're driving and the sun is shining, it catches it at that certain angle. It is like it colour changes to an amethyst. It's unbelievable. And then I think until you see that with your own eyes, it's very difficult to get your head around when you see that blue transform.
It is, and it's it's one of those until you get it and you get that. And you can sort of play different light sources in different angles with the sun.
Definitely.
The right, take it out in the sunshine, take it into your house,
Yeah,
put it under
you're so right,
incandescent
Sarah.
light.
Honestly, you really are. And again, I always say, when you're deciding to work with a gemstone, and wherever it's going to be, and if you're making a piece of jewellery for the neckline, if you're making a piece of jewellery for the wrist, if you're making a piece, making earrings, take them out into the sunlight, look in the mirror, and see where that piece of jewellery will be sitting. Just kind of suss it out where that tanzanite's going to sit so you can see what the light's going to do to it, because I think it's going to mesmerise them.
Oh, definitely.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
That's sold out. Well done. Well done indeed. So it is time for a whole lot of silver. These are solid sterling silver crimp bead covers. Now, I know, because I have bought you, I would say, since September, 3 occasions where I've been able to bring you these, and literally, on gone. They are essential, aren't they?
They are. They're what I call, a stash essential. So everyone knows that, when I come to the studio, I've got my findings boxes with me, and I have the same when I'm at home.
Yeah.
Except at home, I have also my sterling silver ones that I have there for
course.
making my high-end commissions. And for me, when that starts getting a little bit low, I start to panic because I know that when I'm making those commissions and I'm making those high-end pieces, whether they're for friends and family or whether they're to sell, I need to have that finishing component, and these are those that I'm going to use.
I have been, and I hate saying this, because I'll be 100% honest with you. When I started, so I was here the first week of Jewellery Maker, in fact, first 2 shows of Jewellery Maker ever, 7 years ago, I was here. So we didn't have these back in the day.
No, we didn't.
We didn't have them. We literally just had your crimp covers, squeeze them together, and that's how the finish was, wasn't it? There wasn't. It was just a crimp, and that was it. When I saw these, I was thinking, oh, that's a nice... No, it's not just a nice finish. They're essential. They are essential. Really interested in what you were saying right at the start of the hour about using them as a component as well. That's a nice idea. I've not seen that since I've been back.
I mean, it's things like I use these to cover the knots in my elasticated bracelets.
Okay.
As just to finish it off. So that's completely covered.
Yeah.
I use them also if I'm making gemstone rings.
Okay.
And I'm making the band of the ring, that I need to just space it up or down a size.
Oh, okay.
And the gemstones might be a little bit too big to do that.
See, these are great tips.
Also, if you're new to jewellery making and maybe you don't get the tension on your beading thread correct when you put your crimp on to start off with, and you might find you've got some little gaps.
Okay.
Pop a couple of these in, gaps are all gone. And
cheeky.
And they act like once they're crimped into a circle, they'll stay on your beading thread. They're not going to come undone. They're going to act almost as a sterling silver bead for you.
Love it. Love it. Do you know what I hadn't really thought about? Sort of this is why we've got our guest designers with such amazing experience like Sarah's got as well, because it does just give you, and some of you will be sat there going, yeah, we know that, Ray, we know. Do you know what? Coming back to Jewellery Maker since September and seeing how much it is evolving and how professional your jewellery is looking, it's all down to do with the great components like this though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, for me, having crimps that are sterling silver is wonderful. But for me, I love to create that perfect finish, that professional finish. And these will just finish that off beautifully. They cover your crimp tubes. They cover any bits of beading thread that might not have got snipped off as close as possible. So you get that smooth finish with no scratchy ends. And for me, it's just, when I'm making a piece of jewellery, I might be using something like aquamarine, or I might be using that labradorite chain that we've had there. And I'm putting those components together, I want to make it seamless and professional, and these let me do that.
Well, and they've got such a lovely polish on them as well. You know, the finish on them is lovely, and I think that that's really, really important. I'm chasing one of these around to try and hold it in the tweezers. I will do it. I will do it. I will. Here we go. Da, 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 da. It is, you know, it's not hard. Honestly, it's not. I just wanted to show you there. So that is what is going to go over. Well, do you know what? It's not just over a crimp bead. I was just about to say, this is the thing. Sarah's just given you so many other different uses for this piece. $12.99 for, $12.95, I do apologise, for 100 of them. And they are solid sterling silver, and they're the 3mm. 7 grams of silver in total. Amazing price. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant price. Do make sure that you are checking out on these. It is so important that you do that, of course. Whenever we bring you any of our silver findings, I get blown away by our prices, if I'm being honest with you. And I know that my cousin's been making jewellery for, you know, over 20 years. I've tried to get her in to do some, but she won't come in to do any of the, she's not, nah, she's the quiet part of the family. I don't know who's the loud one. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. What? Don't know who you're talking about. $12.95. So very, very quickly while you're checking out. So last night, obviously a lot of you know that I teach fitness classes at home as well. So last night I took my brothers and my son to our boxing class. And Craig, who owns the gym, was supposed to be teaching it. So we all got there and Craig didn't turn up. So I was asked, as I normally teach it, if I would do it. Oh, my brothers and my son said, that's the hardest thing we've ever had to do. I think the word that we're looking for is #beasting. Right there. They are still talking to me. They're still talking to me, which is nice. So yeah, so I was very proud of my brothers last night because they've never done anything like that, and they're a bit like full on. So yeah, good stuff. It was very, very good. Listen, loads of you checking out on those, so well done indeed to you. I'm not on my own. I'm with Sarah, and we shall be over there with our first kit of the night for you. On the other side of this.
There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
You can watch us every day 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. on Sky, Virgin and Freesat, and every day from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Freeview.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you have found a workshop you'd like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button. Fill in the required fields and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator Wendy at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
Now, welcome to the second hour, and it's I am not alone. She's here with me. Everybody, come on, get up.
I'm going to sweat in.
We're going to get your lighters out. We're going to go through the kits with Sarah in a second. We're going to go through lots and lots of different little techniques that bring this kit to life, aren't we?
Yeah.
But before we do, I need to tell you about tomorrow night and what's going to be happening tomorrow night, because 8 o'clock tomorrow night is a very, very special hour, because for the first time ever, we are going to sell your makes. So your pieces that you've made, we've selected, haven't we? And we've got everybody's biog, their history, their sort of involvement with jewellery making, how they've gone about it. So we've got lots and lots and lots to go through. So we've got 12 one-of-a-kind pieces by jewellery maker customers that have been hand-picked by our team, and we're going to sell them tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Now, we've never sold a finished piece of jewellery before, so, you know, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Do you know what I mean? We have got one of a kind. Now, this was made by Margaret Logan, and she is one of our customers that just an example, this is her one of a kind, and I'll tell you loads more about Margaret tomorrow night, and we will be selling this piece and another 11 one of a kinds. How amazing is that for a first time ever?
It's brilliant, and it's so nice for not only for us to see what our customers are making, but for everybody else at home to see that. And you know, you may be thinking, I'm not a seed bead worker, and I'm looking at this and thinking the hours of love and attention that have gone into this piece of jewellery.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of TLC, a lot of labour of love.
Definitely.
I think.
And I think, you know, if you're not a seed bead person, but you want to own a piece of this wonderful art form that is seed bead jewellery, then it's going to be great to be able to sort of say, you know what, I don't necessarily have the patience, possibly, or maybe your eyesight's not brilliant or anything like that, but you want to own a piece that is handcrafted and made with love and dedication and skill.
Absolutely, hit the nail on the head. Now, they're not all going to be seed bead pieces. There will be 12 very different pieces, all being put up for an opportunity for you to buy in the 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We've never done it before, and it will be what we're kind of billing almost as a trial, a taster, to see your response and to see how how it works. But we think, we see on our Facebook page all the time your amazing creations, and we talk about sell your makes all the time. So I just think, do you know what, let's put our money where our mouth is and let's give you the opportunity to do that. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I'm very much looking forward to that.
How exciting. That is such...
I know, it's as if they've gone, she's done that for 10 years, let's get her in to do that. I love it. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So that is happening as of 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Now, this kit is our first kit. I will go through the components with you in a matter of moments, but just for me at this particular moment in time, because my friend's wedding is not this weekend, but next weekend. How exciting. And I thought that at nearly 40 I was too old to be bridesmaid, but apparently not.
Never too old.
So I am bridesmaid on the weekend of the 27th of May for my very beautiful friend Catherine. But the reason I wanted to talk to you very, very briefly about that is because on the run-up to the wedding, Catherine has been looking for beautiful pieces for us to wear in our hair. There's 5 bridesmaids and herself as well. And she's been looking everywhere from high-end jewellers to Etsy to you know, making them on ourselves and beyond. Just to get a good base hair comb is difficult enough.
It is. To get one that's sturdy, reliable and comfortable.
Absolutely. One that is not literally causing somebody to feel as if their head's going to explode for the entire day when it's stuck in.
That's what I had on my wedding day because I had to, because my veil and my tiara needed to stay in my hair and I've got such thick hair, we ended up pinning it as well as the comb, but it was pinned in and I think the pins were embedded in my scalp, but it felt like it.
Something worse. Something worse.
But we needed to do it to get it to stay in because it was a plastic comb. And the plastic comb with my hair was not going to stay in. And so these would have been absolutely perfect. I wouldn't have needed the pins. I could have had the comfort. I would have been safe in the assurance that it was going to stay in my hair, even though I've got incredibly thick hair.
I love the round nose finish on the end of those pins because, and I know that, listen, for those of you who know me, most of the time my hair's up in a bun. It doesn't move, okay? It's in a bun. When I'm training, when I'm doing my fitness classes, it's in a bun. It doesn't budge from there. It stays there. It's like it's been implanted there since birth. But when I've got a couple of pins in, if there's one hairpin that is sticking, the headache that it can cause is awful. So, and I know I'm going on about this, but on a special day, whether you're going to the races, whether you are going to a party, whether you are, you know, going to a wedding as a guest, whether you are the bride, whether you are the bridesmaids, mother of the groom, mother of the bride, look at the finish on them. And honestly, Catherine said to me, my friend Catherine, she said to me, she went, I never would have thought about that, right? I never would have thought about, I just would have thought, do you know what, there's a hair comb, stick it in. Look at that finish, that lovely round finish. That is such a comfortable wear.
It is, and you know, that also, because you've got that thickness of each of those prongs, that's what allows it to stay and to hold your hair rather than just falling out.
Definitely.
So you've got that capability of being able to hold in your hair, but giving you the comfort that it's not going to stick in.
Well, first and foremost, it's in the rose gold colour, which is still everywhere at the moment. You've got 5 of them in the kit, so 5 of them there as the sort of the foundation of the kit, if you like. We've then got for your 2 reels of your copper wire. So we've got your 10mm of your 0.4, and you've got your 3 meters of your 1.25. So those are the 2 spools that you're getting, of course, to match the colour, which is gorgeous for your hair combs. Then let's talk gemstone strand, which is, of course, your beautiful jet black rounds of, and again, and this is the thing that we need to think about this, because you are getting those beautiful black spinel, 25 carats of those, 3mm, 30 centimetres. They do taper off slightly down to 2mm in size, but they all still have the same size drill hole, so really, really usable. And then Swarovski. Oh, the sparkly, sparkly sparkles. So we've got your Sirius crystal in the Loch Rose, and we've got the spike bead as well for you. So you're getting such beautiful multicolours with those. Really, really, really lovely. So price, oh, I love that. Look at that. Cheeky little, really great look that is. Love the fact that those are going to move and we're going to get all that colour in that one.
That's it, and I kind of set it on the angle because it means that you can have it sat in your hair at an angle and actually have it almost more straight up. So it's not that sort of put it at a falling angle. It's actually, I did think about it a little bit and thought if you were putting it on the side of your hair, you'd have it in a slight angle, or if you were doing maybe a bun or a French pleat at the back, to have that slight angle on there as well to give that movement. But even if you just put that straight in the top of your hair, it would look beautiful even on the angle.
Absolutely. Listen, combined prices on your screen, $21.20. So if we were to buy all the components separately, you're looking at $21.20. Now we have got, this is a little bit naughty, okay? I just need you to know that we don't have a huge amount, and when you see the price, it's not just going to go a couple of pounds to under 20. It's a considerable saving. Hit them buttons, Dan. Because it's a bit of a naughty price. I'm not going to lie to you. Bearing in mind you are getting 5 combs.
That is a brilliant price. And you've got so much wire in there as well.
So much wire, and the Swarovskis, and the black spinel. 5 of those combs. If you're paying £3 per comb, it's more than the prices on your screen. If my maths in Welsh is correct, and then I translate it, yeah, it will be. Then you're getting your copper wires, and your Swarovskis, and your black spinels. So you are getting a really great value kit. And again, I mean, I know you're going to take us through quite a few different sort of ways of working with them. Can we have one last look at all of them together? If I move the iPad, could we just have a quick run of them? Is that all right, my lovelies? And then you could get a chance to see whereabouts it is Sarah's working with. And when Sarah's working with it, I'll pick up the comb that sort of we're specifically concentrating on and wing it over to you. Do make sure you're starting to check out as quickly as you can. Which one are you going to take us through first, my darling?
I'm going to take you through the one with the spirals and the gizmos at the front.
Oh, lovely. In that case, I shall pick this up. And I shall pop that there for here's one she made earlier.
Yes. There we go. Right, okay. So all of these start with a plain comb.
Yep.
And when you get them out of the packets, just all I do is I go through and just make sure I'm happy with all the spacings and everything else, because the things will move in the packet, and that's absolutely fine. So just make sure, like these one, because it's been on the stand, has moved slightly, and you can space them out, and because they're made of really sturdy wire, you can manipulate them.
Great.
So that's perfect. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add I'm going to turn this over so you can see. We're going to add the back of all these spirals that are on there. So we're going to add all of the back of this first, and then when we do the front, that's just hiding the working.
I see, okay.
So the actual gizmo and the gemstone beads is hiding the working of the larger gauge wire that creates the height for this, and you can really create height on these if you wanted to, or keep them quite shallow.
Yeah, okay.
It's completely up to you and what your style is and how flamboyant you're feeling or what the occasion is. So
I suppose what your bride is asking for, what your client is asking for.
That's it, completely. So, to start off with, we're going to put those spirals on. So I'm just going to put that one over there out the way. And we're going to be using our 1.25mm wire. Now, this is great for creating that height, the structure, the details that you want. But because it's a wire, it will hold its shape beautifully. And because it's that higher gauge, it's going to not go anywhere.
It's so not budging.
Not budging at all. So it doesn't matter if you have to reposition it and put it back in your hair again, or whatever you know, if you're, if somebody...
If you're dancing,
it's not going to go anywhere. You don't have to be. Sometimes I find with hair pieces, you have to be really delicate with them because they're quite fragile.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you don't need to be. You can give it a bit of welly.
Well, I think the combs are beautifully made anyway, as we've established. So with that thicker wire, as you say, the thicker gauge, it's not budging. Even if you are rocking it out on the dance floor to Agadoo.
That's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some lengths of this thicker wire, and again, depending on how long you cut this, you're going to get larger spirals or smaller pieces. So I'm going to cut it probably about 8 inches. Like so, and do make sure you hold on to it, because it being a thicker gauge wire, it's got a bit more ping.
Okay.
A bit more zip and strength and ping about it. And I'm just going to cut another one, and I'll cut it slightly shorter, and one last one. So we'll put all of these on together, and we'll get some depth of body. There we go. That's what happens if you don't hold it. Pings over there. My husband was sat on the couch the other night, and I did that, and it went flying across, and he said, I need danger money to be sitting here.
Goggles.
Yes.
Watching the TV with goggles. Watching EastEnders with goggles on. That's what you need. Protective eyewear.
Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the comb before I do any shaping to it. And that's just to make sure that it's attached to it. And what I did was I worked from one end across to make sure that I ended up with some uniformity. So I'm just going to come a couple of teeth in, and I'm going to leave the wire probably about 3 inches down, and I'm just going to take that and I'm going to wrap it a couple of times, and I'm just going through the teeth. That's now sturdy and it's not going to go anywhere. So now what we can start to do is, you can see I've got a longer piece and I've got a shorter piece, and that's absolutely fine. So what we can do now is we can either use our bail making pliers, or if you haven't got those, a pair of round nose pliers, and they will both do the same job, just the bail making pliers will give you a choice of having more depth of sizes in the centre of your spirals. So, and I'm just going to use the second size on the bottom, so the next largest one, not the smallest one. I'm just going to start to twist, and then when I get to this point here, I'm actually going to keep hold of the shape in the pliers, but I'm not going to be actually twisting the spiral tighter. I'm just manipulating it to get that shape, that arch. And that's how you're going to do that, yes. And if you want to close these centres up, you can do. If you've got particularly a lot of hair with a lot of volume in, so maybe you've got quite a curly hairdo or something like that, and you don't want to catch your hair at all, make sure you close those up. If it's something like mine, you don't need to worry, it's not going to catch in there at all anyway. And then with the other one, we're going to do a bigger spiral to start off with. So I'm going to start to use my largest bail making pliers. So I'm going to turn that, and then I'm going to just finish that off just with my fingers. Now you might think, oh, actually that will move because it's not anchored down, but when we come to put all the spirals on, we'll be able to anchor that on. So I'm just going to do one more little piece just to show you again how easy it is. So start off with your piece of wire facing upwards. Yep. Once, twice and 3 times over there, and you get that attached. Yep. And again, we've got our long piece in a different place and our short piece there, and just think about how you want to fill things in. Fill things in even. Oh dear, it's that long car journey. And if you're doing great. If you find you can't get in there, you can either use your fingers or you can use your flat nose pliers as well. It's a nice gauge to work with, actually, isn't it? It's brilliant, and it's so, you know, for a thick gauge of wire, it's really malleable. So again, we're going to come round. So just going to keep adding those shapes until you're happy that you've filled that in. So then we need to start to hide away the workings of all of that, because although it doesn't particularly look messy at all. Not at all, no. But you can see where it's wrapped around the comb. And for me, I don't like that. That's fair enough, yeah. Bit of a, I like things to be tucked away. So what I did was I used my gizmo coiler to create the spirals that went on the front. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to use the gizmo coiler. Thank you, lovely. So let me just move my tray so you get a nice clean work surface, which is unlike me. I am the messiest worker known to man. Don't believe it. I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire and make sure it's coming over the top of the gizmo coiler. Facing towards me, and the tail's going away, and I can just wrap it around this little handle here, just to anchor that on. And so that wire's still coming towards me, and I'm going to twist the mandrel away from me. And can you see that little spiral starting just to... Now, I'm going to stop you there, because I was thinking, she hasn't attached the other bit to it. What'd she do? It's all there! Look at that! Yeah, it's starting to create already. So you just literally... I was expecting some long sort of pole over here. Brilliant! Yeah, so you basically, this is your mandrel that you can take in and out, and you can choose whatever size mandrel, but the smaller one, like I'm using, is perfect. If you lose concentration and something like this happens, when you're like, oh no, hang on a minute, it's all gone wrong, just pull your wire back and your handle, and then get it back where you want. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this wire here, because if I do, this will be too tight for me to get it off the mandrel. Okay. So you don't need the tension on there at all. Once you've created your piece of gizmo, as long as you want, you just unwind from the end. Yep, so where you've attached it onto your gizmo, you just unwind that little piece there. This then releases that. You can see how easily that's moving. Yes, and that's because I haven't pulled it too tight. Okay. So once you've got those created, we'll show you how to put them on to your piece of jewellery. So here I've got 2, and you need 2 to get across the work and back. Do you mind? Sorry. No, I'm going to open them anyway. So what I'm going to do... That's great, that is. Yeah. No, I'm not doing it. You must be joking. No, it's all Sarah's work. So all I've done is left my wire on the reel at the moment, and I've put my coil onto my 0.4 wire. Yeah. Now it's easier to stretch the coil while the wire's already inside it, rather than trying to feed it in after you do it.
Okay, that's a good tip, yeah.
So, because if you've got an open coil, there's places for this core wire, if you like, to sort of sneak on out of. So what I'm going to do is just hold both the ends of the coil and start to pull along the wire. Okay. And now what I do at the end is I take, just to get that last little bit that's not stretched out, is I take my round nose pliers, and you can just catch hold of that and pull the last little bit.
Okay, yeah.
So nothing's wasted, and the same on the other side. Or if you want to leave it with a little bit more depth, you can. So again, pull that little bit.
Eke that out. Yep.
And you can do this as wide open as you'd like.
Okay.
Or a little bit tighter. So you can see that the length of that coil has grown
considerably.
Yeah. So what it does is just makes everything go a bit further. And I'm all for that. So I've left my wire on the reel.
Yeah.
At the moment, but I'm actually going to cut it now. I know that I've got the right length, because that's telling me how long the coil's going to be, and I need a bit of a working wire as well.
Okay.
I want to say thread, because I'm constantly working with threads or cords. So now I've got my spiral on a working piece, so I can now start to attach this to my comb. Now, you'd be tempted to use a very short tail at this end, but if you leave a longer tail, it helps you to work it in along. Okay. And then the opposite end can work back. So
I see. Okay.
You've got to use this as almost like a thread to sew this piece in. So first of all, I'm just going to attach that onto my comb, and all I'm doing is wrapping that a few times through the second from the end, and then through the first from the end. And that's already attached now. And don't cut that off yet. That's going to help us. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the coil down with one hand, and then start to create little spirals and swirls, like so. And when I'm happy where they are, I'm going to use this tail here to anchor them.
Oh, great idea. Okay,
so I've got the opposite one here, but I'm not using it. You haven't got to use
separate little single pieces that you've cut to come in and, great idea.
Because that stops you having lots of sort of scratchy bits and bits to finish off. If you're only using what is basically the working thread. So I'm coming through, and I'm coming up from the back of the comb to the front, and that's going to give me a lovely place to anchor that through. Come through the work at the back, so you're just sewing. That's now started to attach that into position, and again I can sew through. You literally just almost like you'd be using a needle and get in the right place and catch it on the other side. It is a little bit springy, so you do sort of need to hold on. And then you can then start.
Great idea. Yeah, I really like. I was thinking that perhaps that you'd need to cut lots of little bits and attach it, and that's a great tip. Love that.
So what I tend to do is create the design to about halfway, roughly, with this piece, like so. So you can see that I haven't been too careful with how the design is working.
Nice and organic.
Nice and organic. Yeah. So I'm going to take this end piece now. I'm going to hold the design because it will spring at the moment if I move. But I've got this side anchored. So now if I anchor this side as well, so I just need to get that piece of wire to behave itself and go down through under the comb. And what you always wanted to do is to sew along this line. Yeah. So if anything is sort of protruding above or below that line, try not to anchor those in, because if you do that, you'll end up with large pieces of this wire protruding, which you don't really want. And is the smaller gauge, I mean, it looks really easy to work with, but it's still nice and secure, yeah? It is indeed. It's really easy to work with. So now I've got the one coil attached there, and come across the top and come down to the next tooth, if you like, along the comb. And again, we can start to now think about anchoring these spirals as well. So if I come up through underneath this spiral, and if you can't get your fingers in there, just use your tools. Yep. And now I can start to pull that down to the comb as well to anchor that into position. And again, keep on sewing through until you're happy with the design. Great. Great. I really did. I'm so... So you can just keep going. Those little tips that you give.
all of our guest designers do as well. But I think specifically, I was thinking to myself, oh, we're going to need lots of little bits here. Yeah. We're going to use those to attach it all. Yeah. But that's lovely to be able to, fab.
Use these also as you're going, just to bring in your gemstones. So you've got something there. These are all added at the same time. So the gemstones that were added to the comb, added at the same time as I anchored all of these little spirals on.
Great stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. Wasn't that clear? Oh, I love it. I love it. Love, 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 love it. Listen, you need to check out of those kits. The value for money is amazing on the kit at $14.95 with 5 combs. The, again, length of the black, jet black rounds for the spinel, and of course your 2 spools and all the Swarovskis. Do make sure that you are checking out. It's a cracking kit. It's nice to see as well that we are concentrating. It's not just about the pendant or the piece or the ring. It's nice to be able to offer something really, really lovely and individual, and yet, you know, again, great quality comb as the base.
And these sort of, you know, individual, unique pieces are so difficult to find. The only place I'd know that I could probably go and get something like this is in a bridal shop.
If you've got £70 and the rest,
yeah. And for me, you know, we've not always got that budget. Once you've bought your outfit, and you know you've got your transport there, and you might have to stay over or whatever it is for the special occasion. You don't always have that sort of budget available. Whereas with this kit, you can make one for this special occasion, and then you can be ready to make another piece for the next special occasion.
I made, the first time we ever had these in, many moons ago, they were in the plain silver colour. And myself and Sheila, so I said to Sheila and Linda, I want to make them for my brother and my sister-in-law's wedding. And so, to be fair, they gave me, very privileged at the time, have one-on-one sessions with them where I was making the hair combs. We all still have them. To this day, with beautiful pearls wrapped around them, really, and Hannah, who was the bride, hers was a little bit more elaborate, but we all still have them, so they still stand the test of time, you know?
That's it, and you know, because of the way that the combs are made, you've got a coating over them so that they're going to be absolutely fine in your hair. But actually, at this price, if you do put a bit of hairspray on and you forget, oh crikey, I put a bit. It's not the end of the world. It isn't. It's amazing.
Great. So please make sure you check it out. Congratulations too for getting involved in the opportunity. Thank you to you, Sarah. Now Sarah is back with us between 9 and 10 with our second kit, and
wow.
Something very different coming your way. And, well, can we just discuss how many pearls?
A lot.
It is so exciting. 3 meters of pearls coming up in our second kit.
I'm so lucky. This kit is so beautiful.
I've dined and gone to heaven with the second kit, I can tell you. Thank you, Sarah, sweetheart. She's not going anywhere. She's still staying with us. I say she, but you know, she knows what I mean when I say that, because she knows that doesn't, I don't mean the mother's cat, or the cat's mother rather, I should say. No, lovely Sarah will be staying with us, of course, all the way through till 10. I know! I won't be on my lonesome. Okay, so, there are 3 meters of kit, of pearls coming up in that second kit. Now, this is gorgeous. Can I just, let me show you this. Oh, excuse me. It's the aircon. It honestly, it's from moving from one part of the studio to the other. It's all the time. Lots of you know that anyway. But look at the size of this. This is coming up in this hour. Now, I did promise you 1 piece of amber per hour. First piece, lots of you messaging saying, that wasn't a very big quantity. No. I do have a better quantity this hour, but I know with a bigger piece of amber in a pendant that is already organic and good to go, that is going to just absolutely fly out of the door. It absolutely is. So make sure that you're joining me for that one. Now then, let's go to, yes, definitely. Now, these would work, this beautiful colour. You just saw the size of the black spinel in the rose combs. These are the blues of your Sodalite. These would work beautifully with the rose colour as well. That rose gold pink and the blues, really strong, lovely look going through this one. $4.95 and a £5, 5 carats of Sodalite faceted round. They're 2 millimetres each. You're getting a 38 centimetre strand in total. Sold, again, think about that beautiful size. These would work well out beautifully with your seed beads, as well as being really, really standout, beautiful mottled blues in their own right. You've got a 38 centimetre strand, you've got 2mm in size, you've got an under £5 price point on your screen, which we always love to see for genuine gemstones, all coming your way. And I anticipate these are Madagascan, because that is the normal place where we would source our gorgeous sodalite for you. And you can see that river of blue, strong river of blue. Now, of course, we are celebrating a style icon day today. So you wait and you see those iconic pearls that we've got for you in our second kit, with some cheeky feather action going on, so some iconic style coming your way. Yeah, little flashbacks of sort of White Christmas and all sorts of iconic Hollywood films from a golden era, definitely. $4.95 for your sodalite. Do make sure you're checking out, of course. Hold those lines, talk to the call centre, check out your baskets. Good luck. That was box number 8. We're going over to box. Oh, these are. Now then, let's just enjoy these. Aren't these fabulous? 410 carats, shaded chalcedony, and it's almost like a smoky grey through to a beautiful cloudy white. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Now look at how glossy they are as well. It's nice to see them so individual and so unique, isn't it? It's nice to see those beautiful, different layered markings on that piece, without a shadow of a doubt. Brand new chair that clearly doesn't like my weight. I've pumped it up twice, and it's literally just slowly. Anywho, back to your gemstones. Anywho, back to gemstones. 410 carats. Shaded chalcedony. I don't know what that was, I'm being honest with you. 38 by 11mm in size, to 49 by 12mm, 18 centimetre strand, and head-turning size gemstones, aren't they, Sarah?
They are. They're beautiful. I just love the palette on there.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
And
it's
for
like
me,
a muted grey meets a taupe meets a beautiful soft cream.
And for me, this is something you can wear with all of those soft tones that we wear through the winter. But equally, again, for a really statement piece of jewellery to wear over something that's probably quite busy, quite fussy, you know, to wear with your maxi dresses and your summer outfits, things like that, where there's a lot going on. This is almost like the calm, if you like, in the storm. I
agree with you totally. And I was going to say tactility, I don't even think that's the word, but the tactile quality of it, you know, that, you know, when the smoothness of it, and I'm terrible. I often say, you know, I go and buy clothes, whenever I buy anything, I have a bit of a touch and a feel. That sounds really wrong, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And these are gemstones. They are smooth to the touch. There's a real sort of tactility about them, you know. You just, very calming, soothing quality to these.
They've got that high gloss finish, if you like, to me. So, you know, feels like everything's been polished and polished
beautifully
and polished. And, you know, then you've got the almost the dripping of the colour. It's almost like it's an artist has played across these. And it's such a lovely, gentle play of tone. But yet it's still so mesmerising and intriguing.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. Again, there's potential here to make real statement earrings, amazing subtlety of colour. Oh, this is from Liz. Hi, Liz. I love the beautiful subtle colours of the gemstone. I really love the great price too. $24.95 is it's pretty amazing for the carat weight, isn't it? And that smoothness of the gemstone. There's an awful lot going on here. You know, there's a big look pair of earrings. There's a huge cascade pendant. There's a simple pendant, absolutely. There's simplicity in this strand, or absolutely standout head-turning looks, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. You know, just a single one, long chain, very simple, but still elegant, still eye-catching. Or an absolutely mesmerising choker with maybe 5 of them at the front.
Absolutely. And do you know what? £24.95, they're the last to stock. Please make sure that you're checking out. Numbers on your screen is 0800 644 655. And then, of course, make sure that you are talking to our call centre. If you want to join us online, which many, many, many of you will do, really easy to do that. It's jewelrymaker.com. But what you're getting is authentic, what you're getting is real, and what you're getting is gorgeously, gorgeously, subtly saturated. Have a look at those gorgeous colours. Flying out the door, which is gorgeous to see. Make sure you're holding those lines. Many, many of you waiting to check out on those. Good luck. Good luck. They feel lush, they do. Yeah, absolutely. Of course we can. Let's go there. Ooh. Oh my gosh, there's a party in this gemstone and you're all invited. Oh my goodness me. These are fabulous. Oh, I'm excited. Right, okay. Which one do I pick up? I'm going to go for this one. I'm going for this one to pick up and just kind of... Right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 of them. They are great, aren't they?
They are amazing. I'm just thinking cocktail rings all the way.
Gosh, yeah.
But again, you know, you can use your backing foundation as a setting if you're not a wire worker. You can do some macrame work around them. You can do so many different things. So even if you don't work with wire, don't ever be put off getting things like this because they're just so amazing.
And I'm just looking. Obviously, they're all individual. All the Druzy sort of valley, if you like, is very, very individual, very unique. You can see the different shape that's coming through there. You can see that glittering effect. But if I was just to show you, and again, there are 10 of them. I'm just going to tilt that up, and I'm really going to hope that, oh my gosh, you see it there. It's like starlit lava, isn't it? Cool molten lava, amazing. But just have a look. Wow. I'm going to hold this up. I want you to not look at the druzy. I want you to look around the druzy. So look into my eyes, not around in the room. I'm around about my eyes. But I want you to look not at the druzy. I want you to look at the surround of the druzy, if I may. So I'm just going to pick one of these. Let me go for this one. I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to hide the druzy itself and just show you the side. Now, look how reflective that is. Those are the lights in the studio. There's the desk. Is that Kerry on camera too? There, waving. Or am I? There's the door. I think it's the reflection of the door and the windows. I think if I rotate it that way. Now, I mean, what I'm trying to show you is how mirror-like the edging is. You can see. I mean, that is. So it's not just about the druzy, it's about the surround as well, that metallic, almost mirror-like surround. Now we're talking style icons, and we're talking about that jet black look with something that's really, really... Is that all we've got? Okay, literally you're going to need to check out on these as soon as you can. $19.95. I don't have many available for you. Oh, I love these. These are exciting.
They are. I'm just thinking, if you... if you've got a really nice sort of shirt, I mean, even for gents, cufflinks.
Oh my gosh, in a heartbeat.
And
yes!
Just because they're so amazing, and you're just going to catch that light every time you move your wrist.
Oh my goodness me, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, inside, it looks like rough black diamond crystal.
Yeah.
Because of the way that we've saturated the outside and then the druzy inside with the titanium to bring out that amazing sheen. $19.95 for 10 of them. Whoops. They're all trying to escape. Hello to Shalene, to Regina. Hello, Anonymous Collectors, Isabel, Elizabeth in Surrey, welcome. Many of you that have pressed your button ones, we're allocating to you as well. Collectors in London, well done. I would love, if you're sat at home right now and you're going, oh my gosh, they're amazing, wait till you get them home. I'd love to know, we would love to know tonight, what's your plans with them? What are your plans with these? Could we make buttons?
You could.
Because I'm thinking, you know, even on a big cardigan, you know, where the buttons are just a boring black plastic. Yeah. Could you, because of the flat bottom, you could stick them to the surface of the button, couldn't you, and create something really spectacular?
Definitely, especially if you use some of the strong sort of two-part epoxy type blues and things like that, or even the E6000. You could just take a very plain. You can get buttons you can cover.
Yes,
fabric.
That's right. Yeah.
If you take the backing of that and glue it to these, then you'll have a perfect button.
Good thinking, Holmes. Good thinking. I like it. I'm just going to show you the back of it very, very quickly. You can see there is the quartz and the chalcedony. So that is the base of your druzy. Love those. They are flying out the door. We didn't have that many to go round, so well done if you were getting hold of those. We've still got your amber pendant to come, which a lot of you are waiting for, so bear with us, we will get there. What should we do? All right, love, let's do that. Gosh, that's the best adolescence I have. Can I just see that? Oh my goodness me. I hope you are about to see what I've just seen, because that adolescence was out of this world. That is some of the best adolescence. I've not seen Moonstone that without. Can I just promise you, promise you, that there's not a torch sat behind these pieces. That's just the light in the studio. It's spectacular, isn't it?
That's amazing. That for me is just the best I've seen. It's amazing, that adolescence coming through.
It's incredible, isn't it?
And just one of those.
They're big.
They are big.
Really big.
And just that for me, I just have to sit there and move that in the light and just look at it.
I love the electroplating on the side. I'm just going to show you the side here. I think it's really important you get to see. So it's not that it's bezel set with silver, but the silver is actually physically attached as almost like an intrinsic part of the gemstone through the electroplating, which means that you've got, if you look, so you've got the drill hole coming through here, the silver is actually sort of, you can't even feel it, it's so beautifully set onto the gemstone itself. But it gives you the freedom of having the gemstone so totally and utterly exposed, doesn't it? But knowing that the edges of the gemstone are protected, the sides, those moments there that could get knocked. Whereas if they were exposed sometimes in a very big pendant, if it was to knock up against a desk, like here, for example, you know that with the electroplating, that is, oh my gosh, look at that. That's amazing to see, isn't it?
It is. And, you know, this is everything and more this gemstone ever wanted to be. So, you know, for me, to have that, and I would have that on a really long chain and have it moving with me.
Yes, definitely. You want as much light as you can possibly get.
Just over a plain as you like, dark top. Just as, you know, the simplest black long sleeve t-shirt or something like that.
I've got a navy base on today. But if I just show you that on a longer chain with a navy, not an actual navy base, that's a lot of Navy SEALs right there otherwise. And they're sitting in a really precarious place. So, you know, we'll move on from that quickly. I meant a navy base top, as in colour. Yes. In case, thanks that boys in the gallery. It's $29.95. I just wanted to show you. Yes, a back palette of navy. Let's just go. That is something else. That is absolutely amazing. $29.95. You've got an 8cm strand, but they are 30 to 32 millimeters in size, and they are quite spectacular. Oh, that adolescence is amazing. I'd pay that for just one of those gemstones, let alone 3 of them.
Oh, definitely. You know, even one of the smaller ones.
Absolutely.
Without a shadow of a doubt, with that play of colour.
For me, and I know I do think in the most simplest of terms when it comes to a look like this, but big pendant, 2 beautiful drop earrings.
Definitely. And I'm thinking that centre one, you know, we were talking about hair pieces.
Yes.
To turn it upside down, to have it and almost like an Art Deco style piece of wirework frame round it. And again, because it's going to be elevated, the light's going to catch it. It is a beaut.
It is a beaut. And I'll tell you what else is a beaut. Your amber star by. It's so lovely to see you tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, myself and Sarah and the team. Loving having your company, quite frankly. Some lovely messages coming in as well, so lovely to see you tonight. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. And it's amber time. Promised you one every hour. Now, first hour, a lot of you got in touch with Dan in the gallery saying, missed out on the amber, not enough to go round. Yes, that is true. There wasn't enough to go round. I do have a little bit more of this second opportunity to get your hands on your amber. It's a nice big piece of amber as well. Look at that honey colour. It does show you the quality of our Baltic amber, doesn't it? It's a lovely big piece. Really, really lovely. I'll be honest with you, I didn't love amber until I started working with our Baltic amber. I could appreciate it and I understood its history, but I kind of just da 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 da. I always thought of, you know, your Jurassic Park and your, you know, the amber and the connotation, everything that came with it, and didn't really think about it as much as wanting to wear it. It's now, I've got a Baltic amber pendant from Marius and the team at JLO, and I can tell you right now, it is one of my most favourite pieces of jewellery. The light that pours through it because of its diaphanity. And I want you to think about what I'm about to say, because it's really, really, really important. This is sunny day amber. I want to explain to you very, very briefly what I mean by that. So, 50 million years ago, I know that the sun was shining when this amber was forming. Let me explain what I mean by that. So, millions of years ago, what would have happened is that the sap was coming out of that, what is now an extinct type of conifer tree in the Gdańsk region of Poland. That sap would have come out of the tree, okay, and it would have been stuck to the tree. Now, if the sun wasn't shining, it would have been cloudy and it would have been very, very dense. Let me explain what I mean. It's a bit like when you're clarifying butter when you're cooking. So you grab the dollop of butter and it's opaque. Yeah, it's yellow, it's there, it's opaque. You chuck it in the frying pan and it starts to melt. What happens to it? It melts and it becomes translucent. It becomes see-through. Yeah, so it's called clarification. Basically, the sun and its heat, it had to have been sunny that day so that the actual clarification of that sap started to take place. So that means the heat of the sun would have poured through the sap and that sap will have clarified in the sun. And that's why you get this diaphanity in our sunny day Baltic amber. And you can almost now feel that energy of that heat of the sun, can't you?
You can, and I didn't actually know that, so it's really nice to know.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Well, there we go. See, it's a school day. You teach me and I'll teach you. We're all good. But it's that sun pouring in and the heat of the sun clarifying it and creating that moment. So in and around the inclusions, whether that's high temperature and high pressure inclusions, or whether it's flora and fauna, or maybe insect, whatever it is that is trapped inside your beautiful Baltic amber, what you need to know is that the sun was shining 50 million years ago when that started forming. And you can look at all of that. Look at you can literally feel the warmth of the sun coming out of it now, can't you?
You can, and you know, even before I knew that, for me, amber always sort of signifies almost liquid sun because of the warmth, because of that sort of almost heat that feels like it's coming from it. I know it's not.
When the sun, when the light in the building just lets it glow when it comes through it, it is literally as if somebody's poured a liquid cognac or something into that silver, isn't it?
And it's almost like if you're going to touch that that it would still be liquid.
Yes.
It's almost like a bubble.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, and it's the most mesmerising gemstone.
It absolutely is. Do you know what? I fell in love with it, and it is one of my firm favourites. I'm very, very lucky. Lots of you who know me know that I've got a huge amber pendant from Marius and the team. This is just as beautiful. I love the organic silver work. I love the look around it, and I love your price. That is a huge piece of amber for the money. It really is. If you sat at home and you're going, okay, why can't I see a carat weight? You won't see a carat weight with it because it's organic. Because it's organic, it won't have a crystal structure, and that means that what you're seeing there is the size matters of your amber. Just going to add that in on there. 22 by 15 millimetres. And it's just gorgeous, isn't it? I'm going to spin it around and show you that there's no glass or plastic or any sort of resin back. That is all the intrinsic beauty of that huge piece of amber. It's a great price for that size, isn't it?
It's an amazing price. And you know, the thing I love about these pendants is the thought that goes into them, not only in picking the piece of amber that's going to beautifully be represented in there, but the way that the silver is worked around the amber.
Yeah. They are brilliant at what they do.
And it doesn't take away from the light coming into the amber, yet it frames it beautifully on both sides. And that's the thing that gets me, is that the back is as beautiful as the front of this pendant.
And I think when it is on a pendant, if it is going to rotate, maybe you're putting it on a shorter length necklace, maybe putting it on a longer length, but whatever happens, if it did flip and rotate on the necklace, you never lose the beauty of that amber, you never lose the beauty of that gemstone. Just wanted to show you the side profile very quickly so you could see with the with the silver embellishes and embraces the amber. So you can see that, and again, it just holds that amber in place so beautifully, doesn't it?
It does. It's almost caressing it, if you like.
Just hovering. Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Top95, you are loving that as well. Feel free to multi-buy, like a good few of you are multi-buying that. So please do make sure that you're checking out. And again, if you are selling that piece of jewellery on, just that 25 pence extra for the certificate of authenticity means that you can ensure to your customer, to your client, that that is the real deal, that is your real amber. What can we squeeze in? Yes, of course we can. Oh, this is a very lovely strand. Well done checking out on the on that beautiful amber, by the way. Right, very quickly before the end of our second hour. Can you believe that already?
No, wow.
It's flying tonight. Loving it. Thank you so much. It's spectacular opal, it's got to be said. Now, one of the things that isn't coming down the camera lens, unfortunately, is the amount of gorgeous colour that is in here. It is, I'm going to just bring in a little bit of shadow hand, if I may, just to show, look at, there we go. So there, let me just rotate it a little bit. You can just see the lavenders, you can just about see the greens. Beautiful look that's coming through here. Oh, and all the colours, we love it. Love, love, love it. Now, again, an organic gemstone, really important. I know you're seeing a carat weight, but it is an organic gemstone. So, again, as with your amber, with your pearls, your body lotions, your perfumes, everything needs to go on way before these beautiful gemstones are worn, because they're very porous. We don't want for your beautiful gemstones, what we want is for them to stay beautiful. That's what we want. That's what we want for you, for your gems. Now, $54.95. Now, it's about to change dramatically to under 30. You are getting a 38 centimetre strand. You're getting all the colours of the rainbow. You're getting an organic beauty. It is beautiful. It has got to be said. I would say to you right now, make sure that you are checking that out. Sizes of here, 2x1 to 3x1 millimetres on the graduation. And again, look at those colours. They are electric. They really are. Like beautiful moments of translucency that burst with the most amazing neon colours. It's a great gemstone to work with. Don't be thinking, oh, well, I'll be tentative with that gem. No. It's a great gemstone to work with. Very, very, very small amount left. I'm so sorry. $29.95. Flying out the door on 0800 644 655. Now, my next hour. Now, tomorrow night, obviously, we are starting something very, very different and trialling something tomorrow night with you. 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night, I will be bringing to you a chance for you to buy our customers' amazing jewellery that they have made. One-of-a-kind masterpieces that I've got. I've got 12 of them for you tomorrow night, and everything about the customers who have made these and their history with jewellery making and everything else that goes with it. That's happening tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. But tonight, at 8 o'clock, we're going under £10. Oh yes, for the entire hour. Sarah joins me with our second kit of the night from 9 until 10. We close the doors at 10. Oh my gosh, what are you going to do from 10 to 11? Have an early night. But make sure you're joining us all the way through till 10. It's going really fast tonight. Make sure you're joining us because we're going under 10 on the other side of this.
You can watch us every day 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. on Sky, Virgin and Freesat, and every day from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Freeview.
Did you know no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging? Select our standard delivery for just $2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $4.95.
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people. If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck.
Versatility. You can do anything with wire work. You can make very delicate pieces, you can make huge great big structural pieces. You've got so many different gauges to use, and we've got the twisted wire, you've got all the colours in it. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, if you go on the website, the range of products you've got in the wire is phenomenal. You've got something for everything. So if you're doing very delicate jewellery, and you can make it so delicate with the 0.25 wires for wrapping, or you could do something like me with a big structural piece and you're using the 1.5 and the 1.25 wires for your frames, and then all the ranges in between. It's just, there's nothing that you can imagine that you can't make out of wire. Not that I've found yet anyway.
Did you know that Jewellery Maker's phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
So excited. Dan has just grabbed all of Sarah's jewellery from the kit in the 9 o'clock hour, and it is sumptuous and 3 meters of pearls. It's like heaven. I'm in heaven. Oh yes, looking forward to it very, very, very much indeed. All the pearls, all the pearls. Oh my gosh, how much fun have you had with that?
Loads and loads and loads of fun. It's one of those kits that when you get it, it's almost like nothing is going to stop you making anything you want with this, because you're not limited by the quantity of pearls, you're not limited by the quantity of findings, you're not limited by the quantity of the feathers that are in there. Literally nothing is going to stop you making the piece of your dreams.
Particularly honestly, I would take all of those home right now. Pearls, 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 and more pearls coming up for you in our 9 o'clock hour. But this is the 8 o'clock hour. Now, tomorrow night, something very, very special that we've never done before for you is happening, where, just to show you, we will be... this is by Margaret Logan, one of our amazing customers. We've selected 12 of our customers, and they're one of a kind, they're one-offs. And we are going to sell them in the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow night. So I will be with you tomorrow night. And at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I will be bringing you your 12 Jewellery Maker beautiful one-offs that are coming your way. And I will tell you all about who has made them. I will tell you about everything to do with what they've done, how they specialise, and we will bring you that piece. I'm really excited about that opportunity. I cannot wait. It's something that we've never done before, and we launch it tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm really excited about it. But I'm also excited about this hour, because we've got a whole hour of under 10. Now, this is really important, because in half an hour's time, you have got your must-have aquamarine and morganites coming your way at under £10 guaranteed. Under £10 guaranteed for your aquamarine and your morganites. But what I will say to you, I'm sure you are never normally expecting this to go under £10, but it is. It's coming your way in about 25 minutes time. Cannot wait. Very excited about that. We've also got for you your bezel oval rings in this hour, and it's the east to west setting, which is so lovely to see. This is your bezel setting. We've got the silver plated bezel setting. I think there's 3 in the pack for you. Oh, there's lots to talk about with those. They're coming up for us very soon indeed. Also, we've got up to 20 other under £10 pieces for you within this hour. And we've got another piece of amber coming up for you this hour, so it's definitely going into £10, so that's exciting. We've got fluorite coming your way this hour. We've got fossil ammonite coming your way in this hour. Everything's under £10. And we've got amethyst for you as well. It's all coming your way, blue lace, agate, and so many more. Oh, maybe a little smidgen of opal. And so much. We'll start with pre-night. We'll start with that fresh fruit salad, melon and grape colour. Real freshness to this, a real wonderful juicy freshness to it. This is your pre-night, 40 carats, 4mm rounds that we've got for you. Strand is 38 centimetres in length, and you're getting 40 carats. Now, it's a really bright and beautiful, and it's the textbook grape colour that you are getting with this one. And also, what I will say is that it's got that little deeper, darker inclusion inside it, which brings you that little forest green with that gorgeous grape and melon colour. It is a lovely gemstone. I tell you what, to wear this in the summer is exactly the time where you should be wearing it, when the sun is shining and you get that brightness and that sort of juicy grape colour. $4.95 on your screen. $4.95. It's got a glow to it as well, isn't it? Lovely glow. You've seen that deeper, darker green inside. Again, a gemstone that works beautifully with amethyst, a gemstone that works for me, this is a gemstone that needs to be worn with pinks and purples, but I am a little bit biased because I do think it's got that lovely spring green colour to it, and I start thinking about sweet pea colours, so the purples and the pinks really lend themselves to this gorgeous colour. $2.95 for the entire day's postage and packaging, and a £10 deal for you on your screen. Make sure you're checking that out. Well done, great start to under 10. Going to oh yeah, these are great. Now, black agate and glossy. The gloss alert the gloss alarm has just been sounded, because They are very glossy. 320 carats of genuine Brazilian Rio Grande do Sul gorgeous black agate. This is going to make a statement piece. It really, really is. And again, I don't know how I got $4.95. We've got such a gorgeous deal with this one, haven't we? We really have. You can see, I'm just moving it ever so slightly here in the studio. Look at how reflective the surface is of those longer nuggets, the way it's catching the light. Doesn't that prove to you what I was saying about that glossy quality to it? It's got such an authentic feel to it, this gemstone, isn't it?
It does. It's really beautiful.
I love our agate. I do.
And I just love the fact that you've got that really organic feel to it. So you're almost like, you know, gemstone straight out of the ground, has very little done to it.
Definitely.
But you still have that polish finish. You still have that rounded quality to it. So you've got no worries about any sharp edges.
No, there aren't.
Like
you are right there. It's been tumbled beautifully because it's just got that lovely round edge finish to the nuggets. They've got, just to show you as well, there are, you'll see a little bit of different tone coming through this. So there's a little sort of, almost like a jet black, moving to a smoky quartz brown, moving to a sort of mottled colour. Then you've got some beautiful moments of the agate markings coming through there as well, proving to you that this is the real deal. $4.95. That would make a great stretchy as well, wouldn't it? Just a really simple, great stretchy band for holidays, just to pop it on.
Yeah, definitely. Or even if you just want to do something very, very simple with some very organic wire work and almost have them placed and have the wire going over and under.
Very nice. Yeah.
To give you that structure, but still to have that organic nature where they're sitting side by side, but maybe sitting opposite.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Other.
Yeah, lovely. It's under £5, so it's a definite hit with you. A definite hit with you. Now we've got number 21. A gift bag, pink and black gift bag, which I think is great. Now, not being funny, there's a Waitrose near to where I live, and there are other shops available, Tesco's, Asda, of course, as well. But I like to refer to it as the most expensive corner shop in the world ever, because if you want a gift bag from up there, you're looking at about £3.5 for it. But what I also love about this gift bag is the fact that you've got, and I'm just going to just bear with me a sec, you've got such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous way of being able, that people charge, your £5 every time you want a little plastic bag when you go into, we've had that in Wales for about 2.5 years. We've had it a lot longer than England has, actually. But, when you then sort of say to your customer, right, okay, you go to somewhere like Thomas Sabo, or you go to somewhere like Tiffany, or you go to somewhere like Links of London, and you buy something, and they automatically just put it in the gift bag for you, and nobody mentions the price. Everything's just included in what you're paying because you're paying for a high grade piece. What I love about this is that you can just add that cost of the bag to the price of the jewellery, but it just gives that really high-end finish, doesn't it?
It does, and it doesn't need to be mentioned. Someone buys a piece of jewellery, you just wrap it up, pop it in the bag, drop it up.
It's just that extra added little bit of va-va-voom, isn't it?
It is, and if someone you can, with these, you can stamp on them if you're a crafter.
I was just about to say, you could really make that quite bespoke and personal, couldn't you?
Definitely. So you've got a beautiful palette there to be able to work on, where you could just use an ink pad that's got a permanent ink in it, an alcohol ink pad, and stamp onto those. You might want to have a personalised bag that you put inside there. So quite often with those higher end designers, it's not only that it goes into this bag,
it goes into a box
and then tissue paper and everything else, and that's all perceived value.
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. 95p. I would get quite a few of these. And I think for your high-end pieces of jewellery where somebody's going, or maybe for a special commissioning, where you are then presenting the jewellery to the person, it just is that little extra mile, isn't it?
And the person who's gifting that quite often commissions the gift pieces. So the person who's commissioned it also feels very confident and very happy to pass on their piece of jewellery, knowing that they don't have to go and find something to wrap it up in that's maybe not going to fit the box or fit the piece of jewellery. they're not going to have to find anything. It's all done for them, and they can just be really happy gifting that on.
Definitely, definitely. 95 pence for our pink, and it's great. Lovely, lovely colours. You know, you've got that, it's not too girly because you've got that lovely sort of that black element there going, just running down. It's a little bit Karl Lagerfeld, if I'm being honest with you. When I was seeing the sign there with the triangles and the pink in the back, I was like, ooh, proper sort of, you know, early noughties. Make sure that you're checking that out. Well done. Again, at under £1. It's a bit of an add it to your order, isn't it?
And if you like me, I can't wrap presents for
do you know what?
So
my husband's the one who wraps in our house.
I use gift bags for all of my gifts.
Absolutely.
So it's perfect. I need to stock up on those.
Oh, and to be fair, I've said this. If somebody out there wants to make a fortune at Christmas by, you know, wrapping all my Christmas presents for me, because I'll pay them to do it. I hate it that much. I can't bear it. Dave's like, oh, just put a Christmas film on, get a little glass of sherry. I'm like, oh, I'd rather just watch the film and have a glass of sherry.
I think I'm with you there.
Bright, gorgeous holiday colours coming to you in this strand at under £10 at £2.95 for gorgeous, bright, sunshine oranges. They are gorgeous, the colour, isn't it? 13 by 9 millimetres in size, gorgeous iridescence, and a really hot amount of colour. It does look gorgeous, doesn't it? So much bright, beautiful tangerine orange colour. Orange shell pears, 13 by 9 millimetres for you. But what I will say, of course, is that iridescence, that brightness, that bold block colour. When I spin that round for you, you see that bold block colour. But then, look at the surface of that beautiful iridescence. It does look spectacular at £2.95, doesn't it? Now you've got the drill hole going through from north to south. North to south on the drill hole for these. Sarah, what would we... and instantly I think of holiday colour with this one, obviously. But what would you... At £2.95, we'd get more than one strand of this, wouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely. It's one that, you know, you just stock up on, and then you're going to create lots of different types of pieces of jewellery with it. So whether you want to use this with something that's a little bit more of a base palette, so something like a tiger's eye. Because I always think...
Oh, yeah.
Because you've got that beautiful play of colour through the tiger's eye coming through there. Or whether you want to put it with something that is a little bit brighter, so maybe the pre-night strand. Yeah. With those beautiful great greens coming through. Would look good. So you've got lots of sort of play with this colour. So if you put the muted colours with it, so if you put the browns or the smoky quartz or the tiger's eye with it, it gives it quite a sort of natural, almost a rustic feel, if you like. It does, And then I would be looking at, with that, maybe using some of our hemp cord and doing some macrame work with it, and really going down that beachy sort of boho feel. And then if you wanted to put it with something really bright, like a bright pop of pink, you just go on that.
With that fuchsia would work with this, wouldn't it?
Do the colour blocking with it as well. So you've got lots of ways of being able to use that colour in different ways to get the best out of it.
Definitely. And I think as well, for the price, you get to experiment. Yay! We are then moving on to, we've got so much to get through. We've got the potential of 20 under £10 opportunities for you within this hour. And of course as well, that's not including your star buys, which is going to be awesome. Now, I would definitely say to have us on speed dial for this next strand. Have a look at these. Now, come on, this is gorgeous. Restrand this as they are already graduated and gorgeously set for you with amethyst and Paraiba tourmaline colour coming through this beautiful flower. I would just literally go to town on this and restrand it. It's there in a bracelet, good to go. It is beautiful to see, isn't it? I am loving the glow. Oh my gosh, I am loving the deal that you're getting on your screen already. Now, look, you know that in this hour, we are in an under £10 hour. Jump on that phone line on 0800 644 655. And of course, you can join us at jewellerymaker.com as well. They are natural, unenhanced fluorites. Without a doubt, when you know that that is going under £10, that is most definitely one of those opportunities to take advantage of, isn't it? $19.95 for natural unenhanced fluorite. Now, from the deep, dark, gorgeous amethyst colours through to the Paraiba colours, through to those lagoon greens, it is definitely going under £10. We will keep that promise for you. Excuse me. We will keep that promise for you. And not just under 20, under 10. Definitely a strand that I would multi-buy on, without a doubt. Can you imagine grouping all of those beautiful Paraiba colours in the fluorites together with their glow as well, and working with all of those just in collective break? Oh my gosh, that would be the glow and the fluorescence would be amazing on that, wouldn't it? $9.95 on your skin. Again, great opportunity for you to get involved and check it out as soon as you possibly can. 0800 644 655, and of course jewelrymaker.com. Lots of you multi-buying on these. Really lovely to see you tonight, and the fact that you're just taking advantage of that multi-buy situation. Now, it is available for you, and you can of course multi-buy, but what we have to remember on this strand is there's actually not that many to go around. So jump on the phone lines, talk to the call centre, confirm as soon as you can, and check it out of your baskets. Well done to you, Carolyn, Glenn's in Lanarkshire, Carol, Catherine, Susan, Janet. Catherine's multi-buying, which I'm loving seeing. Hello to Sharon, hello to, well done indeed to Yvette, well done indeed to Catherine, great to see you. Again, make sure that you are checking that out and confirming as soon as you can. It is lovely to see, isn't it?
It is.
The colours are beautiful of the fluorite, aren't they?
They are, and it's really unusual to see that play of colour, because sometimes we get the purple fluorite on a strand on its own, and we might get the sort of the tealy, greeny, blue sort of coming through on a strand on its own. Have the whole lot there, and have it grouped as well. That's
what I love, the fact that has been literally set as it's good. There's your colour grading for you. We've done it for you. You don't have to do it. All you've got to do literally is just restrand that as it is, good to go.
Definitely. I'm just thinking that at that price I would be multi-buying maybe 3 strands of this and making a big cuff style bracelet out of it, rowed up, and having all of that play of colour coming through. And at that price, you can afford to be really indulgent with this.
Definitely. And I think you can be indulgent with any of them tonight. Make sure you're holding those lines. Well done. 13. Now, I've not had a chance to bring you anything like this. I've bought you strands of this beautiful gemstone, but I've not been able to bring it to you in a cabochon. And that is lovely to be able to do. What a pretty, pretty beautiful gemstone this is. This is blue lace agate, and I have to say, when you see a blue lace agate, when you see the rivers of gentle lilac and lavender that are coming through this piece, and you see those gentle colours, have a look at that. Now it's got to go to under £10, 25 by 18 millimetres, 15 carats in total for that. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? $7.95 on your screen to get a hold of the lilacs, the bluebell colours, and that wonderful, I love the marking that makes it so individual and unique. It is a cabochon. It hasn't got any of your, it hasn't got your drill holes in it at all. It is a cabochon that you're getting. It's a beautiful size though, isn't it? 25 by 18 millimetres, and you're looking at a gorgeous natural piece. Really beautiful natural piece that you're looking at. And what I wanted to show you as well is the smoothness, that lovely satin luster. Doesn't that look, if you've ever seen, again, really important actually to remember, Botswana agate is 100% natural. Now, Botswana agate, of course, it's very, 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 very much famous for its greys and its pinks. The blue colour of your gorgeous Botswana agate is quite an anomaly. So when you get it, and you get it as good as that, normally it's from India and it's dyed the blue lace colour. But that is cracking to see, isn't it? In its natural state. It's lovely.
It is. I'm always drawn to this gemstone just because of its gentleness. It's almost got a tranquility to it.
A gracefulness about it, hasn't it?
And it's got a vintage feel straight away. So if you want to put this into a centre of a brooch with maybe some lace behind, sew some pearls in there, and go for that real vintage feel, to go onto a beautiful coat, or even to use as a bag charm to put onto your handbag or something like that. Just for me,
there's some lovely shibori that would go with that gorgeous colour as well. Really, really is. We have got for you next some Ethiopian opal going into £10. My goodness me. 10 minutes away from the brand new aquamarine and morganite strand that is tonight's must have. This is your chance to own your Ethiopian opal. Gorgeous to see. The play of colour in all those beautiful plain nuggets. 2x1 to 8x1 millimetres, 82 centimetre strand, 55 carats of Ethiopian opal. It's got to go to under 10. If you've paid 15, it's still worth every single penny. But we're now under £10. It's lots of stock. It is literally everything you sell is going under £10. You've got an 82 centimetre strand ready to go. Look at those gorgeous moments of opal. There is such an amount of colour. I mean, I'm seeing golds, I'm seeing greens. Are you? You see there's sort of flashes of red in there as well. £9.95, under £3 the entire day's postage and packaging, and of course 30-day money back guarantee with us here at I've done it, I've nearly done it, I was so close, at Jewelry Maker. Make sure that you're checking out and confirming as soon as you can. Lovely to have your company. Thank you for these lovely messages coming in. Keep your messages coming in tonight. What are you up to? Have you had a great time? Yeah, of course. Okay, so very quickly, lots of you saying, can you explain again what's happening tomorrow? So what's happening tomorrow night? You're saying that you're selling this piece. Yeah, this is a totally brand new event that is taking place tomorrow night. So this hour, tomorrow night. So you're looking at Thursday night, 8 o'clock. That is, without a doubt, your appointment to view. If you can't join us at any other time of the day, and you must make sure that you're joining us at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, because we have hand-selected 12 of our Jewelry Maker customers who have made incredible pieces of jewellery, and there are 12 one-of-a-kind masterpieces that have been made by our 12 amazing customers, and we are going to be selling this necklace tomorrow night. So it's basically, we're going to sell your makes. Now, we advertise this on Facebook, we advertise this and encourage you to sell your makes, but tomorrow we're going to put our money where our mouth is and let our actions speak louder than our words, because what we're going to do is we are going to put available for you to buy 12 pieces of individual pieces of gorgeous jewellery that have been made. Now, this has been made by Margaret Logan, and she's actually messaged in, which is lovely, because Margaret is saying, oh my word. Thank you, JM, for choosing my jewellery to show for tomorrow's sale. I can't wait. I'm really excited and nervous at the same time. Margaret, I'm not surprised. I'm sure there is excitement there and butterflies in your tummy, my lovely. What an amazing night it's going to be, Margaret. I'm so excited. So we're just using your piece, Margaret, at the moment as an example for the quality and everything that is coming tomorrow night. But what I will say to you is, Margaret, we're so excited. Now, it's a trial hour. We've never done anything like this before. But I'm really privileged. I'm really excited about the fact that I can be here and that I can... And I hope I do your piece justice tomorrow, Margaret, when I describe it and when I talk all about you and your history with jewellery. It's a beautiful, high-quality piece. We've all been talking about it already. And there will be another 11 pieces from another 11 customers as well coming up for you tomorrow night. Now, I'm going to pop the Ethiopian opal back in its box because it's one opportunity away, and we're so excited. I did say to Dan, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? We're going under £10 for brand new aquamarine and morganite strand. Brand new aquamarine and morganite strand under £10. One opportunity away. One opportunity, that's it. Not long. Not long. But in the meantime, let us go to box number... Big moments of Sarah's favourite gemstone, amethyst, tonight. They've got some gorgeous deep amethyst to pink amethyst to rose de France to just a gentle, gentle hint of pink. 90 carats. It's nice, isn't it?
It is. This is why I love amethyst, is because of that whole play of colour.
Yeah.
That it's not just one colour.
No, no, no. I mean, when we think of amethyst, I think the majority of us think about a deeper, darker purple, don't we?
Yes.
We forget about the rose de France. We forget about the beautiful pink. We forget about that, you know, that little hint of purple that can transform a clear quartz into a really quite alluring, subtle colour.
That's it. And I just love every hue of amethyst. And then when I was working with it here, I found out it comes in a green variety.
It comes
as
in
well.
a green. How
Wow.
I know, a little bit of praise you like. No, it is a good. I'm a little bit biased with it myself. It's my birthstone, so I am a little bit biased with this gemstone. $7.95, 19 centimetre strand, and I've got to say they are workable sizes, aren't they?
They are. Just, you know, a couple of those on a head pin. If you've got the silver crimp covers, on the head pin with the crimp covers in between each one to let all the light through.
Lovely,
Onto a little shepherd's hook.
gorgeous.
Beautiful earrings that are going to catch all the light and get everybody's attention. Beautiful for working into rings as well. You can make the beautiful sort of cocktail swirl style rings, but have them almost sitting like buttons.
Oh, nice.
So they look like little planets
lovely.
swirling around almost.
Gorgeous ideas.
So you've got so many different
Gorgeous.
ways of being able to use these, but even if you just want to restrand that and have it as that statement to the colour play and the hues that the amethyst come in, almost to be like an educational piece, if you like.
I'm just about to say, that's the thing, isn't it? It's about almost sort of, you know, educating somebody who goes, no, it's just in purples, and you go, which is lovely to do. $7.95, 19 centimetre strand, 90 carats, 5x3 to 9x4. Oh, it is time, it's time. That is literally flying out the door. Look, I've got a brand new strand, brand new, aquamarine and morganite coming your way, and I'm very, very, very excited to say it is staying in the theme of this hour. I am biased when it comes to this gemstone. I am. They are my top joint 2 and 3 there. I can't decide whether I love the morganite more or the aquamarine more. I never have been able to. But oh my gosh. All the baby blues, all the baby pinks, and a little hint of greenish blue as we go through this strand. I can't believe it's going under £10. It's going under £10, Sarah. Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah, I did double check with Dan, triple checked, quadruple checked, and then Scott, bless him, had to dash out because there was something wrong with his car. So dashed out, and when he came back, and then we more than quadruple and quintuple checked with him that it could, because it's accept to see morganite and aquamarine in the same strand, that beautiful aqueous colour, and these baby pinks and the sparkle, guaranteed under £10.
Wow.
You would question it, wouldn't you?
Definitely. I mean, you know, I couldn't sort of get any words out when you said it was going to go to £10. I was like, that can't possibly be right. And you know, I've been here since day one, and I know how great our prices are, but for me that is amazing to have those 2 huge gemstones. I mean, they are sought after gemstones. They are difficult to get hold of.
They really are. You're absolutely right.
And for me, this is a great strand because we've got aquamarine on there, which is, you know, the gemstone that used to be in engagement rings. You know, was the big gemstone for engagement rings. So I always think that's a really nice one to gift to somebody who is getting engaged, and actually give them a little bit of a story about where it comes from. And it's sometimes a little bit of a really nice keepsake. It could be the start of a charm bracelet for their marriage and things like that. So it's a really nice one to give.
It could be definitely something blue sewn into a garter, couldn't it?
It could,
sort of, you know.
Definitely. And I've done that before for bridal commissions. I've made pieces of jewellery with the something blue tucked away. And then the bride has the option to come back and have the bridal pieces of jewellery that she may keep only for a special occasion made into more of an everyday piece of jewellery.
Oh, that's a nice idea. I like that plan.
Yeah.
I like that plan a lot. It is a 28 centimetre strand. They are graduated, faceted, beautiful moments of rondelles that you're getting through there. 35 carats. I need you to make, I know you think this is just literally just sliding in tonight to under £10. Oh, no, no, no. You are getting a chance to own this strand, to get those beautiful blues, to get the pinks, to get the lustre. £7.95. How brilliant is it to see the pink emerald and your beautiful aquamarines? And again, I know it says multicoloured beryl. There are a few of very, very diaphanous moments of what I would class as emerald just dotted through here, where there are more bluish greens than the greenish blues. But the price on your screen for this strand is one of those ones where I don't question it, don't hesitate it, just get it. In fact, majority of you are multi-buying in this opportunity, and I do not blame you at all. Cheshire, California, Berkshire, Hampshire, Buckinghamshire, Sussex, Kildare, Essex, Sussex, New York, West Lothian, California, Florida, Greater London, Alaska, Kent, Essex, Derry, Lanarkshire, Glamorgan, I mean, you name it, you are there. I'm not surprised. Brand new strand, brand new, a mix of beautiful 35 carats of your scent, and they are absolutely, they are the textbook baby blues and baby pinks, aren't they? Maybe you are commissioning something special for a newborn. Maybe you are commissioning something special as a keepsake for a newborn. Maybe maybe somebody's asked you to commission something for them, or maybe you're just sat at home right now going, no, Ray, this is for me. I'm making something for me with this. I don't blame you. Get 2 strands, group the morganites together, then group all the aquamarine together. Can you imagine the suite of jewellery that we'd get? It would be just beautiful, wouldn't it?
It would. And, for a fraction of the cost you might expect even to get those 2 strands, let alone get a suite of jewellery from.
I couldn't agree with you more. Angela, well done. Dublin, Anne in Merseyside, Clayton Tyne, Hertfordshire. Look, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. The beauty of this strand is, get it home, see the clarity with your own eyes, see the different nuances of aqueous colour. I mean, the pinks are pretty much consistent all the way through this strand. Then you're getting, and this is the other thing about it as well, all those beautiful freshwater colours. There is, you might have holidayed here, I don't know. There's a place called Oludeniz in Turkey, and at Oludeniz Lagoon, at the lagoon in Oludeniz in Turkey, there is a part of the lagoon where the freshwater meets the ocean, and it is a very, very beautiful part of the world, I have to say. What I will say is that the aqueous colours, the kind of almost like the sort of the bluish greens that you're getting, where they're a little bit more emerald colour coming through this strand in the multi-beryl. Definitely a heck of a lot of aquamarine and of course a lot of morganite, but those more sort of bluish greens that you're seeing, where the lead colour is a little bit more green, I think you're seeing much more of an emerald colour there. That colour, I looked at it and I instantly was taken back to Oludeniz in Turkey in 1994. That was the last time 1994, it was a long time ago. You were 3 years old. Thanks, Kerry. Ben was 2. You were 11, Dan. I was on holiday with my first boyfriend. Should we just leave it at that? Okay. We'll just leave it at that. No, I do think that it's spectacular. Well done. So many multi-buying on that. I'm just transported by that colour. Well done. Well done. Now, oh yeah, I'm leaping for it now, Dan, because that's ridiculously good. Now, I have got amber under £10. This is happening. This is happening. Just so that you know, under £10 amber is happening. Now, that is good to see, isn't it? I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see. So there is your connector here. But the magic happens when that big, oh my gosh, that big cabochon is a beautiful droplet. Now, I'm partial to a little bit of Bushmills whiskey. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit in a little sort of, you know, little squat tumbler with a little bit of, no, I drink it neat, all right, so I'm not going to lie to you. But, you know, that's first, when it pours into the glass, you take that first sip. Literally, I've just seen this Baltic Amber and thought, It's lovely, isn't it?
It is. I do know what you mean about the whiskey tones.
So I'm not alone. No. I did say I am not alone. We're still there. We're still there. It is a gorgeously clean amount around that gorgeous inclusion. I'll just whip it up to the neckline for you, just so you get a chance to see that. £9.95. £9.95. Not £14.95. Not £12.95. £9.95. Yeah, definitely multi-buy on this one. It's a lovely size as well if you wanted it on a shorter chain, isn't it?
It is, because it sits beautifully.
It's got that lovely, I was about to say, soft, flat bottom. Now listen, you know what I mean? Let me show you what I mean. The underside, just the underside is smooth and flat, but also look at how the silver sits beautifully as well. That's going to sit very comfortably on the neckline as well, isn't it?
It is, and for this one I would wear it higher.
Yes, I would as well.
So, you know, if you've been lucky enough to get any of our adjustable necklaces that we've had
the
recently.
Popcorn ones or anything like that, yeah.
We've had some beautiful adjustable ones, which I think always, if you've got shorter hair, it's always nice to have something, if you've got a lower back.
Yeah, around the back, definitely.
And you've got that adjustability, and I know that chokers are everywhere at the moment, so if you want to wear it really high up and have that choker effect, having an adjustable chain is going to give you that option to wear it either at sort of maybe an 18, 19-inch length, but then wearing it up at that sort of 16.
Yeah, very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And you can see as well the quality of the Baltic Amber. It's not just about having those big pieces with the most amazing clarity. It's also about having the smaller pieces just as beautiful and just as high grade quality. £9.95 for your Baltic Cognac Amber. Over 50 million years wrapped in silver. It is amazing. It's that snapshot, isn't it?
I'm just looking at the size of these. They're not too big to be a nice pair of earrings.
No, absolutely not. I couldn't agree with you more. I think if you were going for the suite, the pendant and the earrings, definitely works. Yeah. And the way that they've been set as well, Sarah's absolutely bang on with that one, where she's saying about in earrings, because if they were to twist and turn and they were left open, loads of light allowed to access to the amber, so you're never losing that gorgeous glow, are you?
You're not at all. And you know, you keep them quite sort of tight to the ear. You've got to keep them sort of from twisting too much. Maybe just a single jump ring and onto an earring finding. Going to give you that light coming through the back. And just the attention these are going to draw to you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everyone's going to want to know where you've got those from.
Absolutely. And then again, you know, thinking about the consistency of colour through our Cognac Amber. So if you are getting 3 of these, 1 for pendant, 2 for earrings, you are guaranteed that lovely consistency of colour throughout. Our Cognac Amber is a cognac colour. Our champagne is champagne, our lemon is lemon, our green is green. You know, you've got the consistency of colour. When you know that you're getting cognac, you're always getting that lovely rich tone, which is gorgeous. Now, obviously, the inclusions aren't going to be in the same place because they are individual and they are unique. But you are getting that consistency throughout. £9.95, loving this one. Thank you so much to you for grabbing this and checking it out. 18 by 11 millimetres in size. And all yours for under £10. Now we're about, what would we say, 10 minutes Or maybe only 5. Ooh, okay. So maybe only 5. From the bezel setting for the silver-plated rings. Coming up for you in about 5 minutes' time. Not long at all to wait for those. Looking forward to this. You're getting 3 in the pot as well. 3 in the pack. And where should we go to take me? Yes. Definitely. It's not, don't get me wrong, I love to see this gemstone. I love to see it. It doesn't matter whether I see this in a huge cabochon, or whether I see this in nuggets, or whether I see it in... what I love about this, these are your sunstone nuggets, but they're a smooth nugget. Let me just explain what I mean by that. I'm going to just grab the opal that I had for you a few moments ago. That is literally, there's like 2 strands left. Can you see the difference in the sort of rough nugget that you're getting of the opal with the smoother tumbled finish of the sunstone? Do you see what I mean about the difference between that, sort of the finish of the nugget? So, oh, let me just pop those back in there. So, with the sunstone, there is a smooth surface. I tell you what, it works beautifully with it because you get a chance to see the aventurescence. You get a chance to see that beauty. It is such a lovely stone. I love sunstone.
I do as well. I just think it's magic.
The warmth of the colour.
Yeah, definitely. It's the warmth of the colour, and it's those glittery...
Yeah, that aventurescence is lovely, isn't it?
It is almost like it's been covered in fairy dust as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It's just magical.
There is something really beautiful about the iridescence on it.
And it's one of those ones that draws people in to see that adventurescence that's coming from the inside.
Definitely.
And it's a subtle phenomena, if you like. It's not
Definitely.
like a Labrador.
No,
you get
it's
that play
not.
Of colour.
There's something a little bit more demure, something a little bit more alluring that you've got to get closer into it to inspect that kind of... It's almost like an elusive iridescence. Just that for me. Thank you very much. On my holidays with a tan. Gorgeous.
Definitely. And it's just one of those... It's that palette that works beautifully with every skin tone.
Definitely.
So, you know, great against a tan. Great if you're just going away, though, and yet you're hoping for that sun to be out.
Oh, it better be, otherwise I'm writing a serious complaint to the weatherman.
But it's great if you're getting ready to go on holiday. But again, this is great sort of for over a maxi dress and things like that, because you've got quite a neutral palette with the gemstone, but a real soft and warmth that comes through from the gemstone.
Definitely.
So it really emphasises and enhances a paler skin tone. Yeah. And it almost brings out your tan.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. For me, you could make this for me, anybody, and pop a T-bar clasp, a little toggle clasp on the end of that, and yes, I would quite happily pay the moon for something like that. Yeah, because you know, when you see a beautiful piece of jewellery, simply it's all about that gorgeous multi-strand. Get the T-bar toggle clasp on that, so if it turns around, you go. And even I would go as far as saying our yellow gold plated toggle clasp, because the gold would look beautiful with this stone, wouldn't it? $3.95 for that, so I didn't even mention price. I'm sorry, there was no need to mention price on that. It was so good, wasn't it? So good. Next, though. It's all about those beautiful silver-plated, gorgeous bezel set rings. Each of them are adjustable in size. You're getting 3 in a pack, and it's a bit of a cheeky star buy. Okay, so for me, we're taking it with something like this, we're taking out a lot of the task in building a foundation for a ring. Whether you are gluing, whether you are wire wrapping, whatever it is that you're doing, I am obviously going to turn to Sarah for her expertise with this, but you are getting 3 in the pot. I know from experience that this as a foundation for you to be able to wear our gemstones, maybe an ammonite, maybe some sort of shibori creation in there. It is an amazing foundation to start with, isn't it?
It is. So you've got an adjustable base.
Yep, I was just about to show that actually.
All ready for you to use whatever medium you want to pop in the top of it. So it may be that you want to make a piece of seed bead work and then use So if you were to make maybe a peyote round,
Okay.
and then maybe use resin underneath to almost drop that round of your seed bead work in to be kept in there. So
Okay.
it's a different way of being able to
Yeah.
use it. You can use it to keep your memories with your resin. You can use your cerulean clay
Oh yes, of course.
with all your Swarovski
yes.
elements.
Gosh, yeah.
To be able to make an absolutely beautiful Swarovski encrusted ring,
Yeah.
which would be amazing. But also, if you're using the cerulean, you can also use things like any gemstones that don't need light through them.
Okay.
So
yeah.
things like your black spinels
Yes,
and things like that.
yeah.
So as long as it doesn't need light to come from the underneath,
Yeah.
of course you've got a matte clay underneath.
Yeah.
You can use all of those gemstones. So things like if you, for instance, to have a pearl that was damaged, you can always cut them in half and use a half a pearl
Okay.
in your
okay.
cerulean.
Yeah.
Or even things like our, I'm trying to think which ones, Keshi pearls, the flatter
Oh
ones.
yes.
you
Yeah,
can
and
use
the Biwa
those.
pearls
Yes,
as well. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
You just said about the shibori. I could see just a beautiful miniature shibori
Oh,
piece.
can you imagine?
Popped into there.
A little mini work of art
Yes,
in there.
yeah.
It would work, wouldn't it?
It would indeed.
Because you've got that framework, and I know that it's the east to west setting, and I know that normally a cameo would be your north to south setting, but there is something about the foundation being there, put in place, ready for you to go, that takes the kind of the task out of the work, and you are just able to crack on with the joy of it then, isn't it?
That's it.
This is from Sarah. He says, I'm making my own bezel set ring tonight. Ah, there we go, in bare copper. It's taking hours. These save so much time.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Sarah, thank you. And yeah, I mean, that was my initial reaction to them. I knew that Sarah would be able to give us a whole host of ideas as to what we can put in the bezel, how we can work with the bezel. You could even wire wrap around. That's a great foundation for it, isn't it?
It is, and you know, if you maybe have got a cabochon, or if you got, I don't know if they'll fit, but if you manage to get the druzy that we had earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Or the blue lace agate that we
Yeah,
had.
definitely.
I'll just grab that actually. Now, I think that the blue lace is a little larger than the actual bezel, but
what you can do though is if you build the bezel up with something like a resin or a polymer clay or anything like that to build it up to the height of the cabochon, and then use your really strong jewellery making glues like your E6000 or a double part epoxy sort of glue to glue that on, and you've got that base ready
that's
to go.
holding it all ready to go. Oh, okay, Dan, say that again. Oh, okay, that's all right, that's okay. So say that again for me, darling. So on the website, there's showing 6 of them, but we are definitely only getting the 3, yes? Okay, so there is an error on the website showing 6 of these. It's actually 3 that you're getting. So just to sort of clarify, $6.95 for 3 though. $6.95 for 3. Do apologise about that. We will report it. There are not 6. There's actually 3 in the pack. $6.95 for you to get a hold. I think it's a great price, don't you?
It is, definitely. And as you say, all that work's done for you. You've got a perfect foundation.
Yeah.
It's adjustable for all
It
of your
is
all of your
indeed. And again,
family.
I've easily opened that up to be able to pop that on.
That's it. And for me, the adjustability is brilliant because not always do our fingers stay the same size.
No, they don't.
Even on a day-to-day basis.
No,
So
they don't.
And again, another great one for taking on holiday, because you know what it's like. You go on the plane, you start off...
Everything swells.
Everything swells up, doesn't it?
I know.
And then, of course, we overindulge while we're on holiday.
Do we?
A little bit.
Back to the red wine again, aren't
I know.
we? Ooh, there's a theme.
And so, you know, it's a great one to be able to take. And again, you know, maybe you don't want to take your precious high-end jewellery that, you know, with you on holiday. You want to keep that locked up nice and safe while you're away. But you want to take some nice, really nice, wearable, big statement pieces. And this is going to allow you to do that.
And individual. And that's the thing, isn't it? You've just given us a whole host of ideas as to what we can do with these. And Sarah's messaging going, making my own ring tonight. It's taken hours. This would be a lifesaver. They're here. If you like them, £6.95. You can absolutely come in and grab them. You really, really can. I think it's nice as well to give us that opportunity to be able to wear them on a different finger when we fancy it as well.
That's it. So maybe, you know, you've got something that you want to wear on your thumb and you find it really difficult to find anything that's the right size. I agree. You know, it's really easy to be able to size these up.
Little versatility. Yeah. We like that. We like that. And you're loving it as well, which is why you are involved, which is gorgeous to see. We're moving on to... yes. Okay, so we're getting 4 half-drilled freshwater cultured pearls. Okay, so... they're going to just fall off here, I'm sure they are. I'm just going to just keep them there for you. I'll show you them in a second. I'm sure we'll show you each of these. But you're getting half-drilled, genuine freshwater cultured pearls. Now, I know how so many of you have bought pearls with the drill hole gone all the way through, and you've suspended them in your pearls for pearl earrings and pearl pendants and cascades, and it's nice to have the half drill option though, isn't it?
It is, especially you know, if you want to just make a single statement pendant, or if you've got a customer who wants a larger sort of pearl but would like a stud earring. And quite often, you know, it's difficult to make those when you've got a through drill because you've always got the second drill hole to sort of hide, camouflage, using the design, however you want to do it. So these are brilliant to be able to do that with. And
they're a lovely size as well.
And they're also great for sort of finishing off things like if you've got a memory wire bracelet that you want to use these as the stopper at the end.
Yes, great.
And they're very rolling.
Stay, thank you.
But they are brilliant also if you want to use a wire in them and have them in a tiara or a comb or something like that. But you don't want to bring the wire back down, but almost be a stop.
Well, all 4 of those half-drilled, really lovely sizable pearls. You're going to get all 4 of them for under £10. We're still at under £10. We are still under £10. £6.95. That's such a treat, isn't it? Less than £2 per beautiful organic pearl. And I'm just going to spin one around for you. There's the drill, dead centre at the top. Nice size as well.
They are. They're a good size. Yeah. So, if, as I say, for a pendant, maybe you want to put these in wire work rings and have 2 coming back towards each other.
Lovely, almost like a wrap around. Yeah.
So you can pop those on the end of one of your larger gauge wires to be that finishing point. But really substantial size, so they're not going to get lost if you're using a single one, and they're going to be that real statement in your jewellery making. Which is gorgeous to see. Do make sure you're checking out and confirming. They are 8 by 11 millimetres. I'm going to try and squeeze one more under £10 for you, because the next hour is all about our 4th and final hour of the night, and the most amazing pearls I've ever seen in a kit. 3 metres worth. Oh yeah, I know. Every time I say 3 metres, it's crazy. Have we ever measured pearls in metres before? Okay, these are your ammonites. Now, you're going to... Can I double check, Dan? Are we getting 100 carats guaranteed and it could be across 3 of them? It is the carat weight that's guaranteed. Thank you, my darling. That's smashing. So, we are guaranteed 100 carats. Now, that might be across 4 smaller ones like this, or it might be across 2 large ones, 3 medium ones. So this is another sample where you are, so all of those there equate to 100 carats. Now if you look at the thickness of this one, you can understand this is quite a statement piece. Look at the thickness of the ammonite. Have you worked with our ammonite at all? Worked with a fossil version.
Okay.
So slightly differently to these, but I love these. They're so...
I think the history is amazing on
That's
them.
it.
I just think, wow, 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 wow.
And this is a great one that I use with my children as well, that this sort of gemstone, to say, look how far back these have gone, and look,
definitely.
And it just brings to life the sort of a little bit more of the sort of science and geology and things like that for them. It just gives them a little bit of a push to sort of try and sort of look into things a little bit more.
Definitely. And I think as well with your ammonite, you are able to look outside the box a little bit and make your pieces for your gents a little bit more, you know, you just with your, you know, your leather, for example, or your pieces of cord that you may have. And it just gives it that really organic, lovely, almost surfy feel. I think it's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is, definitely. And, you know, with a bit of copper, rose gold sort of, or the antique bronze, going for that real sort of, give it a vintage feel as well.
Definitely.
Just to go along with the fact that we've got fossilised.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. I think it looks great. It's also $9.95. $9.95 on your screen. Listen, make sure that you are checking out. We are going to experience just lengths of pearls I've never known the like of coming up in this next kit. It's all about that style icon. It's all about a bygone era, and my gosh, has she gone and really worked her magic. Sarah, and our second kit up next, 3 meters of pearls, most beautiful feathers. Do not go anywhere. Vintage at its finest up next.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
You can watch us every day 8 AM till 10 PM on Sky, Virgin and Freesat, and every day from 8 AM till 1 PM on Freeview.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund. When you place your first order with Jewellery Maker, we'll send you a free DVD and booklet to help you get started. The booklet is jam-packed full of information on gemstones, tools, threading, materials and findings. There are step-by-step instructions on how to make bracelets, earrings and necklaces, and the DVD includes easy-to-follow video tutorials. So what are you waiting for? Start your jewellery making journey today.
I like working with Kumihimo because it's a very mobile craft. I can take it with me to various different places and work on it on the go. It's got endless patterns that you can create with lots of varied materials which Jewellery Maker sell in abundance. So things like our satin cords and waxed cords, but we can use ribbons and wire as well. And I like the product because that it's sort of something that all ages can do. So from the very young, my children enjoy making Kamihimo braids, right through to people who might have some sorts of dexterity problems, because it's very easy, there's nothing heavy to move, and you get into a real zone of sort of peaceful tranquility while doing it, and it just takes you to another place and you just get lost in the moment of making Kamihimo.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck.
The best kit. I know I'm biased, but the pearls are amazing. Honestly, yes! I don't know where to start. Just to go, look at all the pearls.
Yeah.
How extravagant, how opulent. We talk about style icon, my goodness me. Sophia Loren, you're talking about, your iconic Audrey Hepburn, your Grace Kellys, your Marilyns, your Sophia Lorens, without a doubt, your Jane Mansfield. I mean, proper old school golden era.
Definitely. I mean, just pearls, just scream elegance. They scream vintage. They scream heirloom pieces.
Definitely.
And for me, it's one of those ones that when you get so many to work with, you can't help but let your creativity run wild, because at the end of the day, you're not inhibited by, if I make this piece of jewellery, I won't have enough to make that piece of jewellery.
Gosh, literally the pearls. I mean, I don't want to choose a favourite, because I'm in love with the necklaces, I'm in love with the bracelets, I'm in love with the fan. I shall show you that in a minute. The cluster pearl earrings that you've made are wow factor. Oh my goodness.
And they're a little bit decadent.
Oh my goodness me, how many pearls? I don't think I've ever seen so many pearls in a pair of earrings.
But you can. If you get this kit, you can do that, because you're not, I made those as, I think, item number 1, 2, 3. I think that was the 4th or 5th piece of jewellery I made, and I still had so many left over that I thought, I'm going to have to be able to pop some really beautiful pearls in a big cluster.
Well, then, if we just have, someone in a loincloth, preferably man. Benny, are you up for it?
I mean, if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Are you have you got your loincloth with you?
I think it's in the car.
You think? That old thing. Is that the chamois for it cleaning the car?
Yeah. Comes in handy sometimes.
We've got enough wire so then we can attach it to you. You're right. I love this.
This is a bit more of a sort of decorative piece.
It is. It's the boudoir. It's the boutique piece. It's the piece that goes next to the dressing table mirror for just that decorative purpose, isn't it?
It is completely. I mean, and I thought also if you go to something like a masquerade ball, you could hide behind it in a very demure way with your.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So, completely different way of being able to use them, but a really nice decorative piece.
I adore it.
This is the sort of thing I could see in a box frame, hanging
absolutely.
on a wall. So, you know, it's just a beautiful piece to be able to make because of all those feathers. And they're
feels beautiful. It really, really does. So that is just one of the masquerade ball. You could do this rather than the old mask. I absolutely adore it. I think it's a fantastic idea just to kind of think outside the box with this one, because there's so many pearls to be able to, wasn't there?
It was, and it was just, you know, nice to be able to make different pieces and not always having to think, oh, I'm just going to make necklaces and earrings. If you're like Gemma Crow and you're into your millinery and, you know, of course you've got all the feathers there, you could be putting those into your hair pieces, your hats and things like that.
Everything, yeah, absolutely. Listen, I know that we've got lots and lots to talk about.
Yes.
This, just out of interest, this necklace, which is just pearl from end to end, the weight of it, the luxury of it, what sort of price would we be looking at if you were to sell this piece? I mean, I've got a price in my mind already, and I can tell you right now, it's nowhere near the price of the kit. It's so much higher than what. But I mean, what would you think?
I mean, if this was to be in there's a little street near me where jewellers do sell their jewellery, and if it was to be in there, that would be in there at probably £300, I would imagine.
I was going to say,
if not more.
If not more,
yeah.
It is so ultimately decadent, and you've got the beautiful big toggle clasp at the back. It's just all those. I mean, it literally is decadence personified for me. I know that you've got like a beautiful bracelet. You've got a little delicate pearl necklace going on there. We've got something really outstanding with the combination of the pearls and the feathers. You've gone to town with it. Let's go through what you're getting in the kit, because it is absolutely essential that we go through it. So you're getting 3 meters of pearls. 1 meter of that is going to be your smaller size. Then you've got another meter of your mediums and another meter of the big sizable pearls. That's a meter of each. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Without a doubt, that just the radiance there is gorgeous. You then got your copper wire, and you are getting 100 metres of your 0.25. Then you're also getting your featherweight head pins, and then all your goose feathers. And they are pristine white, aren't they?
They are. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Pristine white. They really, really are. Now, again, feather-wise, Dan, what does it say what we're getting feather-wise within the kit? Have you got that? I've left it over there. Is it 100 feathers? That's amazing. Between 15 and 20 centimetres. I do apologise, Dan. I know you gave me that breakdown. I left the iPad over there. Sorry, my lovely. I'm grabbing it now. There we go. So we've got, 100 pieces, 15 to 20 centimetres, 100 metres of silver-plated copper wire of the 0.25. We're getting 100 of the featherweight head pins. They're silver plating on top of brass. You're getting your potato pearls. Now, the smallest size, 7x6, medium, 9x8, larger, 8x10. Good gracious me. But you're also getting 5 metres of solid sterling silver wire at 0.4 millimetres. So not only are you getting the silver-plated copper wire, but you're also getting 5 metres of the solid sterling silver wire as well. Now that makes sense to me because you've got that added luxury in the solid sterling silver to go with such an immense amount of pearls.
That's it. So, you know, if you wanted to make a whole piece that was all sterling silver, you've got the wire in there to be able to create the mechanisms to be able to add your pearls as well. So if you want to keep in that field, if you like, of using your sterling silver, you've got that option in there. Or you might be looking at this and thinking, you know what, I want to keep the sterling silver wire to one side because I know I've got a piece of jewellery that in mind for that, and maybe practice with your copper wire to get to that sort of place where you want to be to use your sterling silver.
I think that it is incredible. Okay, let's talk about all of the components together, paying for them separately, so for each strand of pearls, for 100 of those gorgeous feathers, for the silver wire, the silver plated wire, and the head, right, all of those individual components separately will set you back £127.05. Now, I think that's amazing. However, what do we like to do here? We like to smash that price out of the ballpark for you. So that's what we are going to do. Now, just for the 3 meters of pearls, this is astonishing. Wow. So if you were to buy all of those, over £127, $59.95 tonight.
I know there's a little jeweller's near me. Very nice town it's in. And they leave a few pieces of jewellery in at the weekend. Not many, because they all go back in the safe.
Of course, of course.
And they leave a little card of pearl stud earrings in the window. And the smallest ones on there are about 4 mil on a sterling silver post. But I wouldn't even be able to get the smallest ones off that card for that price. I know that for a fact.
I've seen it with my own eyes as well, my lovely. I know
I know
very
they've got
much.
to pay for their establishment and everything else.
All their overheads and everything that goes with it, yeah.
But for you to be able to make those pieces of jewellery you've always wished you could have in your wardrobe, to make all of those beautiful heirloom pieces, you might be thinking you've got a couple of daughters or granddaughters who are, you know, coming up to the age where they're going to be looking to get those sort of really...
They're heavy. They're weighty. I love them.
There's really classic pieces of jewellery and that they're going to keep for their entire lifetime. Because I know my mum and dad bought me a beautiful pearl necklace from a very expensive department store for my graduation present. And it's one of those pieces I wear for very special occasions.
Well, I'm pearl obsessed. Yeah. Absolutely pearl obsessed. I hate to think how many pieces. I've never actually counted how many pieces of pearl jewellery that I've physically got. Put it this way. I've got probably enough to wear a different piece of pearl jewellery every single day of the year, if I'm being honest with you, because I've collected so much. I'm in love with the idea of the kit. I'm in love with what you've done. I love the flamboyance. I love, in the theme of today, the style icon theme of the day, you have just worked your magic with, you know, invoking the essence of all those amazing, Hollywood A-listers who we are still, to this day, they're up on a pedestal, aren't they? Your Dame Elizabeth Taylors, your Marilyn Monroes, your Audrey Hepburns, your Grace Kellys, you know, pieces of jewellery that contain the gemstone that they just adored. Yeah. Now, I know that you've got a beautiful demo. I wanted to bring these over.
Yes, do, please.
I know we haven't got an earring stick. Can I just use a pair of tweezers to take these up to the ear, just to show everybody? Bear with me. Stay there. Sarah. You can sing Hello Dolly and tap dance, can't you, Sarah? You don't mind for a minute. I'm just going to take these up to look. Oh my God, I need these in my life so badly.
Well, you'll have a pair once I've finished making these.
Oh my gosh, I adore them. I adore them. I'm going to have to hold them because the tweezers aren't holding them. Just... Oh, yes, please. Look at these. These are... I just think they... What? Right, I know you're going to show us these. I'm very excited. Right, work your magic. Come on. I know.
Right. Very simple. Really, really, really simple.
Really?
Really, really simple.
Okay.
These are great beginners pieces. Absolutely. For me, it's such a simple design, yet it has impact.
Okay, so I'm going to pop these on there just because we've got a white background. Is that all right, my darling? Thank you.
Absolutely fine. Let me just move these up here. So what we're going to start off with is a headpin.
Yep.
And we're putting on one of our larger pearls on the bottom. And this is going to hold everything in place.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 at a time because somebody needs a pair of these to go home with. And I've prepped enough to make them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to prep lots and lots and lots of wrapped loop pearls.
Right. So basically you're using the head pins that are in the 100 featherweight head pins, not obviously 100 in here, but that's what you're using.
So what you need is, for each earring, you need 4 wrapped loops of the large pearl.
Okay.
4 wrapped loops of the medium pearl.
Okay.
And 8 wrapped loops of the smallest.
Okay.
So that's your recipe. So to do the wrapped loops, and I've done all of them apart from these 2, and I just want to show you how quickly it is to do them. So you add your pearls onto your head pin, and I would sit and literally add all the pearls onto the head pins first. Do it in stages. So all onto the head pins, and you're going to sit and do the loops. Now the loops are very, very easy to do. So I'm using my round nose pliers, and I'm coming quite close to the edge of my plier. So I'm probably about 1/2 centimetre in, because I don't want huge loops. I want the loops to be fairly small because they're only going to need to go around the head pin. So I'm just going to push the head pin away from me across the top of that flat barrel. Then I'm going to flick my pliers up so I've got a barrel to work around that's sitting at the top. Pull that around, let the sort of pearl almost sit underneath, and then I can just take that under and wrap like so.
Okay.
And you can see I'm holding the edge of the head pin, and I'm creating quite a good depth of wrap around the bottom, because that's
it's almost bead cap-like, isn't it?
Because it's going to give that a little bit of finish, and if we see any of that, it's going to look decorative.
Okay.
And I would sit and do all of these together. So I'm just going to show you, if I do this in real time, how quick it is. So it's really quick, simple, easy. So you just sit in front of the TV and make loads of these.
Okay.
Then once you've got them all done, come in with your pliers and clip off those little bits as close as you can get. And if you've got anything that's sticking up, come back with your pliers and just make sure they're all squished down.
Okay.
Until you've got all the components you need. So I'm just going to grab some more of my components.
Okay.
Here we go. And so basically you end up with lots and lots of these wrapped loops, and hopefully they're not as rolly as they are normally. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit, and the first thing you're going to do, if I push those over, is I'm going to put on 4 of the largest of my pearls.
Okay.
So I'll make sure these are the large ones. There we go. And you want them to sit, so you have this sort of quadrangle.
Yeah.
So they're sitting outwards, and that's going to give you our base. You see that little quadrangle? There we
so
go.
with the one at the base, when you add your 4, you've got your 5. So so there are technically 5 of the large ones on there, but 4 after you've used the large one for the base.
Because the first one is gone on straight onto the head pin. So then the next thing we're going to do is add 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you can count to 4, we can make these earrings of the smaller ones.
So that's your medium ones?
That's the medium ones. Can you see they're already sitting?
Yep,
beautifully. And they found the home in between all of the larger pearls for that quadrangle. Now I tried it with 3 and it didn't work because there was too big a gap between each one of those. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add, she says, missing, on 8 of the smaller ones.
Okay.
2, 3. And if you find it easier, what you can do is go and pick them up. 4.
I see, yeah.
5, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
So very simple. And again, just twist those around, literally just tussle them until they've found a little home for themselves. You can, at this point, go around and just check you're happy with the placement of all of them. If they're not in the right place, you can go around and move them because nothing's holding them in position. So you can see they've all found a little home. And then what you can do is put on either a medium or a large pearl on the top of your head pin, like so.
Okay.
So that then holds.
That's what's using it to. Okay.
I've used that to push everything down. And again, at this point, if I wasn't happy with anything, I can lift that up. I can move the pearls around and pop it back down, and they'll find that natural home
within that huge, gorgeous cluster.
So if you've got any gaps and you're not happy with it, you can come back and just check it all. Like that. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to make a loop on the top of this. Now what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm holding everything down the head pin. And what I've done is put the base of the head pin against my hand, and then I'm pushing everything down to make sure that I get this cut to the right length. Because I want it about 1 centimetre.
Okay.
Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a loop on the top of this. Now if you're happier putting a 90-degree angle in first, that's fine. I'm not the sort of person who does it. I like to do it in one go and then move it back.
Yeah, okay.
But it's what you're happy with. I mean, it's a lot of it depends how you were taught to make jewellery. So I'm just rolling that loop, and I want it to touch the pearls at the bottom. Can you see if I hold that down like that? It's touching. So I'm going to make sure that comes right in. And then what I'm going to do is put my pliers right in, but I'm putting it almost at the base, away from where we've just put the join. And I'm going to kink that back. Now, if I show you that, can you see I've now got that perfect loop on the top there? And that's now ready for my earring finding. So the choice is yours with the earring finding, whether you open the loop on the top of your earring or you open the loop on the earring finding.
Okay.
Now, typically, I would always open the loop on the earring finding because that's formed now.
Yeah,
it's perfectly
done.
everywhere we want it to be. So, and also, if that was a wrapped loop, I wouldn't be able to open it.
Okay.
So what I do is put my earring finding flat on my finger, put my little pliers, my flat nose pliers in, and lift up away. And that creates that little gap in there. So I've now got the little gap that's sitting at the top of that finding. So I've now got an entrance for my earring to clip on. So that's gone straight on there. I'm then going to put the earring finding back on my finger, same as it was before, but I'm going to repeat the motion of shutting this in the opposite direction. And you can almost feel when that clips shut. Because it's on your finger, you know you've got it back flat. And you've also got something nice to work against that's going to hold everything, because you've got good weight on there. So now I've got that nicely shut.
They are, I love them. It's honestly... Oh, the quality, the pearlescence coming off there. And it's not just like you're having one pearl, it's just a beam.
Yes.
Thank you so much for showing us.
That's all right.
They are absolutely gorgeous. Listen, make sure that you're checking out on this kit. I know that we haven't worked with the feathers in the demo, but there's so much to work with here. I mean, literally, the limitation is just your creativity, really, isn't it?
And pearls are such a classic that there is so much inspiration. If you want to look on any of those search engines and just type in classic pearl jewellery, you're going to get so much inspiration, and because you've got so much in here.
I can't get it. I've never seen a kit with so many beautiful pearls. It's
and you
3 meters.
You can keep it as simple as you like or as extravagant as you like, and I think hopefully I've shown that with some simple pieces and some really sort of flamboyant and almost art pieces.
Absolutely.
And, you know, for me to make the fan was a little bit out of my comfort zone, but actually I love it, and it's something I would never have made if I hadn't got this kit to work with.
It looks amazing. Reminds me of the story of Coco Chanel, very, very briefly. She used to wear meters and meters and meters of pearls, and Barocco pearls like this as well. And she was at a party, and she was stood at the story goes, she stood at the mantelpiece, this very grand fireplace, and she's smoking her cigarette on that very the famous, on the black cigarette filter holder, and she was bored. No one was paying her enough attention. So she decided that she'd pull on one of the pearl strands, one of these meters. You know, she used to wear them draped down her back. She pulled on one of these strands, and they weren't pearl strung, so they weren't knotted in between. And she did it on purpose. She pulled on this strand, and these pearls went everywhere. And all the men in the room literally rose in their chairs, and they were scampering all on the floor just because she wanted the attention to find her pearls. It's a great story. She absolutely. Absolutely. So that's if you want attention, don't pearl string them. Don't pearl knot your strands. Listen, thank you so much. Make sure that you're checking out. You are absolutely loving that kit. The price is amazing. £127 if you were paying for everything individually. $59.95 for the kit tonight. Please do make sure you're checking it out. She's not going anywhere. Nope. We've got another 35 minutes. Now, just to let you know, I have got a little bit of a presenter's pick, a little self-indulgent tonight with that one, but I will tell you more about it. Let me just walk past all the pearls. It's a lot of pearls. Yeah, is that all right? So tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we are doing something that we've never done before here at Jewellery Maker. We are bringing you... At 8 o'clock, we are bringing you a very special hour. Basically, we are going to sell your makes. We have hand-selected 12 of our amazing customers who have beautifully made jewellery. This is just an example of what's gorgeously coming for you tomorrow night in the 8 o'clock hour. It's a trial hour. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. We've never done anything like it before. We've got 12 one-of-a-kind pieces that have been beautifully TLC made for you by 12 amazing customers. This is from Margaret Logan. Margaret messaged in earlier saying how excited she was going to be about tomorrow night. This is one of the pieces. We have got 11 other jewellery makers pieces, one of a kind, a whole different range of design from seed beading through all the mediums that we do. So that is coming up for you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We will be selling your makes. So we've been telling you about selling your jewellery. We've been saying to you about, how you can go about that. We've had Angela on, of course, who's giving you many tips, and her book about how to go about doing that. But we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and we're going to help you do that tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I will be with you, myself and the team, and we will be selling 12 individual pieces throughout the hour. We'll tell you all about the jewellery maker who has commissioned these pieces. We'll tell you all about what's gone on with that piece and so much more. Very, very exciting. So exciting. Because if they're all of this standard, Margaret, I don't know what, it's so good, isn't it?
They are, totally.
So good.
I can see the hours of love and care and skill and attention that's gone into that piece.
And the thought. Because a piece, you come up with the idea, but how much time goes into, the placement of it. I mean, it's so difficult because obviously as guest designers, you're with us very, very regularly. Yes. You get regular kits. Yes. And so your Rolodex of ideas is going like the clappers most of the time, isn't it? It is, all of our guest designers, you think about how many kits they have to work with in a month to commission pieces of jewellery. It's literally, let's go, through the Rolodex, and this is a little bit different because this is your collection. This is a piece that you've made, that the time, the effort, the thought, and the luxury of time.
That's it. And for me, the hardest part, and I always say that to people, is not actually the time it takes to make the pieces of jewellery. It's the time involved in coming up with the ideas and the planning and the colour combinations. And even though we get lots of kits to work within, we've got the freedom within that to choose where we go and what direction we go in. And so, I really appreciate when I see other people's pieces of jewellery, how much time went into that before even the first stitch was made on there.
Yeah, definitely. It's so exciting. We're so excited about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Do not miss it. Just make sure, set your alarm, put a reminder in your phone, whatever it is that you need to do. Put it on the calendar, in the kitchen. Must watch Jewellery Maker 8 o'clock. Please do. Very, 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 very excited about that hour and very much looking forward to it as well. In about a quarter of an hour's time, I have a naughty presenter's pick. And it is. And I have been a little... Basically, this is coming your way. I cannot wait. It is Aquamarine. Aquamarine, beautiful, brand new, pure light blues. Very excited about it. Looking forward to it. And I really do hope that you can join us for that. That is coming up for you very, very soon. It is a presenter's pick. Also, got a DVD coming up in the next 5 minutes. This is the collector's edition. This is the double disc DVD. This was launched for our birthday. 4 DVDs, and it's coming your way in about 5 minutes' time. Not quite yet, though, but soon. So to get us there, I am going to go to box number 6. We've got for you your really gorgeous duck egg soft sky blues. Now you've got your bars of blues coming your way. Graduated plain bars, 220 carats, 13 by 7, 32 to 6 millimetres, 18 centimetre strand. Some of the most calming, serene colour from an opal I think that you're going to get from us, to be honest with you. 220 carats, beautiful, soft, soft, soft baby blues, and such a gorgeous soft opalescence as well. All of them got the markings, of course, that make these so individual and so unique, and the most beautiful powder blues. I'm looking forward to you being able to get a hold of this. I really, really am. Looking forward to being able to get $24.95 and not stopping there. Now look, again, a real statement piece could be made with these. Stunning, stunning, striking sizes as well. I love the colour. For me, it's all about that soft baby blue colour.
This sort of colour reminds me of when you go to the Mediterranean, you get lots of tiles. And,
yes,
and you've got these beautiful colours running through, and you get the earthenware that's
Yeah,
got the yellow
definitely.
and this blue coming through, and it reminds me of all those sort of Mediterranean holidays.
Definitely. It's a gorgeous soft pastel colour, isn't it? $14.95 on your screen. 0800 644 655. If you'd like to get involved and join us, it could be yours. The number is on your screen, 0800 644 655. Jewelrymaker.com, of course, if you want to join us online. But just make sure you get $14.95. When did we take the £10 off that? Sorry. I know, you might have said it. I was too busy talking about the colour. I'm so sorry, Dan. 14. I thought it was brilliant at $24.95. Listen, make sure you're checking out the DVDs coming up next. Are you ready? Now, this is a 4-disc DVD. Okay, so we launched it for our birthday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the information booklet as well. So, we've got 4 discs. We launched it for our birthday, of course, at the beginning of May. It also comes, of course, with the information booklet, so your sort of the menu, if you like. Let me just pop that down for you just for 2 seconds. And what I'll do is I'll just go through it with you. So, in fact, let me just scan through here. So, we have, now I just want to double check here because it's easier for me to, so you've got Gemma, Sheila, Alison, Mark, Jan, Claire, Debs, Fleur, Jill, Linda and Klashner. Oh, someone's got a flower in her hair here on the back of this picture. I wonder who that could be. Is it you? Is it you, Ben? Yeah? What's it? Might be. Got a red flower in your hair. It's a lovely Sarah. Sarah, which DVD have you featured in, my darling?
So I'm on one of the DVDs. I've done a Kumihimo project.
Okie dokie, my darling.
Which is the Falling Hearts bracelet.
Lovely. I'm flicking through the pages here to see.
12 on the DVD that I believe.
Okie dokie.
And then I think you get another 8 in the booklet.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? Footage from the DVD is on your screen, by the way. Footage on the DVD is on your screen. Now that I like that. I like the fact that. So we've got, say that again, 8 in the booklet, Sarah.
I believe it's 8 in the booklet, and it's definitely 12 on the DVD.
And 12 on the DVD. Well, that's just extra added bonus right there, isn't it? Absolutely. So in the DVD, we've got Gemma, Sheila, Alison, Mark, Jan, Claire, Debs, Fleur, Sarah, Jill, Linda and Kleshner. And in the booklet, we've got Anne, Jan, Katie, Katie, Dean, Nadia, Rachel, Sue and Tracy. So, I mean, an abundance of innovation there.
And the great thing is you've got the DVD, but you've also got the booklet. If you're on the move and maybe you want to take that with you, maybe you go to somewhere that you make jewellery as a group.
Yes, absolutely.
And you want to have something you can reference to that you don't necessarily need to be in front of a computer or a TV screen. You've got that there as well. So I think you've got the best of both worlds with this.
I love the fact that you can start working on the DVD project and you can stop it, you can go and answer the door, you could go back to it, you can stop it, you can cook the kids' lunch or tea or take the dog for a walk or whatever it is that you've got to do in your own, in your comfort of your own home, at home. Doesn't matter where the TV is, you can just literally take it on the little laptop, off you go.
Yep, definitely. And you've got such a variety on here. So you've got covering all the genres.
So many mediums.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, maybe you're looking to start doing macrame, or you start with your seed bead work, or maybe your wire sculptures.
Yeah. We've got channel setting, macrame, kumihimo with yourself, of course, chainmail, wire work, seed beads, shibori, Swarovski, wire work cupcake. I do remember seeing that in the building, actually. We've got bridal with Sheila. I mean, There is just so much in here. Now, we launched this for our birthday. I think, I'm not being funny, with all due respect, if you were to buy a box set of a TV programme with four DVDs in it, with all the content that we've got, it's not going to be £20, is it?
It certainly isn't. I mean, I look at this as you've got 12 individual workshops, if you like.
Yes, definitely.
And if you were to look at sort of maybe a half-day workshops, the prices of those, even in your local craft shops or your local, anywhere that maybe offers workshops, you know, for the price that you've got there. Plus then you've got the 8 in the booklet as well.
Yeah.
And that's, you know...
Extra added value there,
and sometimes to get written tutorials is quite tricky. You might have to buy, especially if it's one you're looking for, you might have to buy it in from either the United States or a different country. And you've got to wait for it to turn up. This is all coming together, and you've got everything you need to start going in different directions with your jewellery making, or just to feel more comfortable and confident in something that you're already doing.
Have the guest designer with you in your own home. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Share a cup of tea with them, they'd love it. They really would. And make sure that you are checking that out, won't you? Congratulations to you if you will get involved in that. Now, the aquamarines coming up for you very, very soon. Oh my gosh, about 20 minutes left. We are closing the doors at 10 o'clock tonight, so let's crack on. We've got loads to squeeze in for you. I do. I have our 4th and final piece of amber for the night. What's been your favourite piece so far? Was it the charm in the first hour, the spacer bar in the first hour? Whoops, sorry, that's my bad. I got the other tweezers over there. There we go. It's okay. It's all good. That's all right. There we are. I shall just make sure I pinch them closed. That is glorious, isn't it? Now, it's got your 2 points. Excuse me. It's got your 2 connector points. I'm just going to show you the amount of silver. Look at that for the reverse.
Wow.
A lot of gorgeous silver, isn't it? Now, you've got a big size Baltic amber here. 23 by 18. Now, I think that means that what we're looking at here is the cab is actually 18 millimetres we'd be looking at, wouldn't we? And then, of course, with the silver and the surround and the connectors, we're taking it up to 23 millimetres. I'm just instantly thinking popcorn bracelet with the slider mechanism on it and the connector on the wrist, good to go. Thank you very much. What would you be paying for something like that somewhere else?
I don't even know. I mean, if you could get that for less than £100, you would be... But I don't think you would anywhere at all.
It's just that quality in itself. Yeah. I'm just going to place it on the back of the wrist just so you can kind of see where there's method in my madness. Do you know, if we had our silver popcorn bracelet with the slider mechanism, just the connectors there and there, good to go break.
That's what I was thinking when you showed the back.
Yes.
Because you've got that beautiful sterling silver work on the back. It sits without a circle or a rim around, which sometimes if you have a bracelet that's got an edging to the sterling silver, you almost get, it almost sticks or
it almost like makes an imprint. Yes.
Whereas this is not, because although you haven't got any particular weight in the amber, but when you've got the chain on there and it's sitting against your wrist, it's going to distribute everything across that area. Also, if you've got this on a longer line neckline piece and it does turn over, you've got as much beauty on the back as you have on the front almost.
I think as well what's lovely is that the silver work almost seems to protect the amber, because if you remember what I was saying earlier to you, of course, about your amber being organic, so you don't want it next to perfumes, you don't want it next to body oils and all that jazz. You know, you want that amber protected, and of course that means that with the silver there, it's not taking on the oils from the body then, is it? It's just a beautiful, bright, $14.95. So let's work this out. So you would get this for $14.95. Say you've already got one of our popcorn beautiful bracelets, the connector bracelets, already from one of our amazing deals of the day, because we have had a few of them for the deals of the day, haven't we?
Yeah,
so they're normally, I think I'm right in saying they're normally around about $17.95, $19.95, somewhere around there. Definitely under 20 we'd be looking at. So for under £30, you put a bracelet together that we're anticipating that you could charge an awful lot more for if you were selling that on.
That's it. And if you can find amber seems to be incredibly scarce out
Yeah.
in the jewellery sort of industry.
Yeah.
Certainly in your high street establishments, your bigger chains.
It seems
of
to be
jewellers.
boutique silver jewellers, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Sort of, you know, somebody who's almost artisanal in a way that
That's
makes
it.
their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're either finding it in those sorts of establishments, or you're finding it in, I can think of a few places in London I could pick up amber, but it wouldn't be new amber. It would all be second-hand.
Yes, yeah.
Set beautifully into amazing jewellery and amazing prices.
Yes, absolutely.
In little shops where the man with white gloves opens the door for you. And, you know, way out of my price range.
Yeah.
So for me to be able to get these sorts of pieces and make jewellery for myself and for my friends and family at a fraction of the cost if I could find it anywhere else is just amazing.
It is. I think it's amazing. I think our partnership with Marius and Gilles, I think they have been amazing. This is from Sarah, who says, I was lucky enough to have one of my pieces chosen for sale tomorrow. Oh my God, yes! I'm even more terrified now I see Margaret's beautiful necklace. No, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Please don't, you mustn't feel like that. All of your gemstones, all of your pieces are from very much different mediums, and that's what's so exciting. Tomorrow night we get to showcase many different mediums, and just that just shows me the explosive evolving of Jewellery Maker.
That's it.
And it's so exciting.
And you know, for your piece to have been chosen, you know that it's at that standard, and it's you know, it's innovative.
One of the first ever 12.
Yeah, and it's innovative and creative, and you know, for me, as to be picked, you know, if you were picked for tomorrow, you know, everybody's there because their pieces of jewellery are going to be standout pieces of jewellery. The workmanship's going to be amazing.
We've kind of gone, right, it's a trial. Our team, I say we, I haven't, our team have hand-picked the 12.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Sarah, it's exciting. I can't wait for you to join us tomorrow night. All eyes. No pressure. Sorry, that makes it sound even worse. Don't. But it's exciting. It's exciting, you know, have butterflies rather than sort of nerves. You know, have an excitement, have a flutter, have butterflies rather than that sort of panic. There's no need for it. Honestly, my lovely.
And be immensely proud.
Oh my gosh, be proud.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I will promise I will describe your jewellery and say everything about you, and I'll do you proud, I promise. And if I don't, my name's Carol Roach. I've got to squeeze one more in before I bring you your aquamarine. Ethiopian opal. Carol, she won't mind me saying that. Gorgeous Carol. Crazy Carol, I love her to bits. She is. She's just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful girl. I met her in this very room 10 years ago. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Crazy, crazy. Anywho, this. Look at this. It's nice to see the opal exposed, isn't it?
It is.
Instead of just seeing it in the rondelles, in the rounds, it's nice to see a little bit bigger surface area for us to enjoy those explosive colours.
That's it, because you know, you've got that sort of flat surface, you're getting all that colour play coming out, and it for me, when you get those flat surfaces and it just tilts ever so slightly against the skin, and it
undulates, doesn't it?
And you get that rainbow of the pin fire coming through.
Absolutely,
just absolutely. This, you know, this is, you know, we say top 10. This is in my top 3.
Yeah, it's a beautiful gemstone. I was very, very lucky because I kind of gave a stage to this gemstone for the first time ever in August 2010, and it just blows my mind. It's never. I was never a fan. I say I was never a fan of Kuapidi. It wasn't in my top 10. Opal was never in my top 10, and then Ethiopian opal was found, and the explosive play of colour put this gemstone on a whole other level. It really did. And I think that's why you love it as much as we do. There's some big surface for play of colour there, isn't there?
There is, definitely. And even just a couple of these, just a couple of the smaller ones in a pair of earrings on a little bit of chain, where you're going to get that, all that movement and the play of light. And when you get them into a single source of light, just they're
it's
amazing.
mind-blowing. Listen, I can't say much other than go, 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 because it's under 30. Wow. It's under £30. It's such an exciting strand. Every time you look at it, there's something new to see. An ultraviolet, a green, a gold that you didn't recognise, a flash of pink that comes in from a different angle. The most amazing, amazing, sort of true purplish violet glow. A flash of the turquoise. 7 left. You can see it is flying out the door. It's just, you just know when you see a strand like this that it's just not going to hang around too long. We're down to the last 5. $29.95 with a 30-day money-back guarantee, of course, and 1 postage and packaging price the entire day. This is where you get to go, okay, let's see your opal. Let's see. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, if this opal does not ignite like it is in the studio here when you get it home, send it back. It's okay, isn't it?
That's it. That's what the money-back guarantee is.
That is what it's there for. I think you can be very, very excited with that piece. Last 2 strands, 3 of you there. Good luck. Good luck. Okay, it is time. So, this is, I did mention it earlier, so Sarah was saying that she had a part-time job when she was younger and she saved up, and the first gemstone that she saved up for was amethyst. I was 17, I was on holiday, in fact, I had a car and someone drove into me, thanks very much for that. So the car was written off, so I drove my then boyfriend's car instead and used the money to buy an aquamarine when I was on holiday in Turkey. Boom! So I got my priorities straight from a very young age, I can tell you now. This is the gemstone that I chose to buy, and it is forever stayed as one of my top 3 of all time. It doesn't move. I love it. I know that you do. This is aquamarine. Look at the colour. Look at the continuation of for me, this strand, what blew me away is the uniformity of colour. Oh my goodness me. It is my presenter's pick. Should we have a bit, I think that we play it again and have better music.
Hang on, I've got this.
Oh, Ben's got it sorted. Hang on a minute. He's like, hang on a minute. Wait. Are we ready? Are we ready? Can we do something? Because it just needs a little bit more of a, do we not think?
Definitely.
Something with a bit of jazz hands? Something. Should we just try that again? Because I think if a presenter's picking a piece, you should have a little bit more va-va-voom about it. Shall we? What do we reckon? 3, 2, 1. I'm sorry. We've just gone back in time. Oh, would you like to be beside the seaside? Rubber-da-bum. What was that? Well, I'm going to just put in a little bit of a request for some more jazz hands, quite frankly, because that wasn't quite jazz hands enough for me. But, I'll go with what we've got. Let's go for 40 carats, an aquamarine, beautiful plain rounds, 4 millimetres in size, 38 centimetres. Look, I really, really want you to see how pure this colour is. This is the honestly purity of colour that is so beautiful to see. I really, 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 really would say to you that if you've ever seen our strands of aquamarine and you've ever seen kind of the variation of the blues that move to those gorgeous kind of aqueous soft green colours, for me, they are a pure colour, aren't they?
They are. They've got that uniformity running right across the strand, which, you know, when you're creating your designs, you don't have to think, oh, I've got to pick out a couple that are the same to put next to each other, or, you know, I've got to sit and graduate the strand, or whatever. And you may be the sort of person that just wants that uniformity all the way through, and that's perfect with this. And these are, you know, going to be beautiful whether you're just using them as a single drop in a pair of earrings, or whether you're wire working them into a beautiful sterling silver ring.
I agree. I mean, I am biased when it comes to this gemstone, but I do think that if you haven't worked with that beautiful continuation of colour, that continuity of colour, that purity of colour within your aquamarine, this is a great time to do it, because the price is one of the reasons that it has to be a presenter pick, is because I couldn't get over the fact that we were seeing that beautiful and again an enhanced beauty, but with a guaranteed price of under 20. 0800 644 Make sure that you know that this is going to be an absolute steal. 40 carats. And please believe me when I say, for unenhanced natural aquamarine, oh my gosh. Do you know what, that's even better? That is even better. We were at £17.95 for this strand. We've not even hit £17.95. Dan's totally and utterly ignored it. We've gone straight down to 12. Isn't that amazing?
It is, completely. I'm blown away by that price, because you've got so much on there.
I know.
And you've got, you know, every single one is so usable in whatever designs you want to use it in. You're not having to think, I've got a gemstone that's a different size or a different shape or a different colour.
No need to set them out and then colour group them, because that colour's so beautifully uniform.
And you've got, you know, if you have got the pearl kit, for me,
little cheeky aquamarine with pearls.
Yes.
Now, you see, that's my favourite gemstone and my second favourite gemstone just working together magically there.
Well, there you go.
Not that we're biased. No, it's just such a great opportunity to grab hold of such beautiful continuity of colour. I think to be able to offer your customers, you know, those bespoke pieces of jewellery, I think that when you are able to offer them that beautiful and genuine opportunity with an enhanced colour. Normally this gemstone receives thermal treatment, a heat treatment, to kind of bring that gorgeous colour to life. This is not. This is one of those moments where you get natural colour, where you get beautiful purity of colour, where you get the proper sky blue of aquamarine that makes it so famous, and knowing that it's all totally unenhanced. I think it's amazing. £12.95 on your screen. Again, you are checking out on it, which is gorgeous to see. I want to just try and squeeze in one more before the end of the show tonight. We close the doors at 10. Have you checked out on your kits? Have you checked out on your strands? Have you checked out on those beautiful silver findings we've had for you? It's all there. Now, see, that was one of my favourites, but now we've got one of Sarah's favourites to finish the show. It's only fair. It's not all about me, you know. Contrary to popular belief, that is the rule in my house. Love you, Dave. Love you, Alice. No, this is one of your faves.
It is.
Sapphires.
I love sapphires.
Now, they are natural and unenhanced. Now, they are Burmese, and I am going to say to you right now, that is some of the nicest natural colour that I have seen. Why is it that this gemstone is so you love it so much? What is it about it?
Because of the relationship with my mum.
Okay.
She had sapphires in her engagement ring.
Gorgeous.
Pure sapphire engagement ring. She didn't want diamonds, even though my dad insisted on going to every jeweller's in Leeds and looking. She spotted the ring she wanted in the first jeweller's shop and was not for turning at all. So, and for me, that connection's really nice to have. And actually, it's
such a historic gemstone for so many of us, isn't it?
And I love the fact that it's a gemstone you can be a little bit roughy-tufty with if you want to. You wear it every day.
Yes, absolutely. The durability of it is amazing. Look, I've got 7 left. 7 left. You know that 7 is just not enough to go around, is it?
It's not.
Not enough at all. $49.95 on your screen. Last of stock. It is an 18cm strand, 2x1 to 4x2 millimeters for the graduation, and all genuine, unenhanced, ethically sourced Burmese sapphire. That's what's so important about this. So important. Up until 2012, you wouldn't have seen hide nor hair of this gemstone in the country unless it was got in illegally. So it's gorgeous to see it so ethical right now. Have we got time to squeeze in the today's must-have very quickly? Okay, I shall walk and talk. Shall I do that? Okay, I shall do that because I can. Guess what? Multitask. Walk and talk at the same time. She says as she walks into the basket that's on the floor. We had today's must-have. It was aquamarine and morganite. We've got a few of those left that haven't been checked out. In fact, there's quite a few pieces tonight that haven't been checked out. $7.95. It is the aquamarine and the morganites that we fell in love with a little bit earlier. 8:30 we saw this. It's gorgeous. I do love it. I know I'm so biased when it comes to these gemstones, but there is something. I have a natural affinity to them for some reason.
I think it's the gentleness and the serenity that you've got from them. They are very gentle and calm, and
they are, but I think they do give off a really fierce brilliance, don't they?
They do, but for me, it's just, I love the fact that you've got both on this strand. So if you want to just get a couple and make a really long line piece,
yeah, definitely,
it would look lovely.
It would look gorgeous. It's $7.95. You can definitely get more than one strand, can't you?
You certainly can.
Definitely. It's been lovely to be back with you. Now, tomorrow night is a very special night, of course. We launch an unprecedented hour at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We've already heard from 2 of our 12 jewellery maker designers, of course, where we will be selling their one-of-a-kinds from 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We're live, of course, with you for the Late Show from 6 tomorrow night, but 8 o'clock is your appointment to view. If you've got anything to do, make sure that it is all done by 8, because they will not want to miss out, will they?
Definitely not.
Don't want to miss out. So Margaret and Sarah, thanks for getting in touch with us tonight. We look forward to showcasing your one-of-a-kinds tomorrow night from 8. And to the rest of you, I'll see you all tomorrow night from 6 o'clock. Thank you, Sarah, sweetheart. Thank you, team. Thank you to you. Nostar, we'll see you tomorrow at 6 for the Late Show. Take care.